think about how idiotic I am.
Welcome to Snobbery Dungeons Incorporated and our usual chaotic mayhem start, as always. This is our ongoing Saturday campaign. Before we get into it, though, I will let Sam take over with his, I'm sure, expertly scripted opening.
Hello. So, you will see in the interim break, otherwise known as the interval, that there is loads of really nice character art. I'm typing to find the link, so do bear with me. There we go, Rose Carver. And who did that, you're asking? Well, I say in response to your question, it's this lady, he says, pointing to the chat. Rose Carverberry, her name's Mary. She's dead good. You can find her and talk to her individually, and she will do you excellent character art. She's doing all the character art for the channel eventually, with us, working with us, and we said we'd plug her really hard in order to pay her for her services as long as give her lots of money. So you can do the same, but you don't have to plug her on your Twitch channel if you don't want. She's great. She's super cooperative, really, really nice. All the rest of it. Go check her out. She's dead good. Also, you'll notice now, if you've been following, we're affiliates. Yay, there's some biceps. Now, you can help us by, if you're new here and you don't follow, it's free. If you do follow and your Twitch Prime is up, push the button that says sub, then push the button that says subscribe with Prime, and give us Jeff Bezos' free money. Because it helps us a lot, more than you could possibly know. And the more help we get, the more we can grow, the better we can do. And my gift to you, if your gift to me is free Twitch Prime subs, my gift to you is the first octave of a D major scale. Oh, beautiful. Right, thank you. There you go. That was gorgeous. Imagine what else I'll play if you sub. And just let me say quickly that
a whole song.
Not a chance. But what I will say is there is very little I won't do in order to debase myself for money. So please go ahead and do that, and I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.
And also, we have another streamer in here, 31 Gallium. You stream. I got strong yesterday, and Tim tried to correct me.
Thursday.
Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Okay, I knew it was Tuesday, Thursday. I wasn't sure if it was Monday or Friday was the third day. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. She is obviously a good friend of the stream since she is here now, but her streams are also very fun. She's currently doing League of Legends and Heavy Rain. She is a great fun person to watch, so you should go check her stream out as well.
Also, Zach, what's your YouTube channel called?
Dungeon Master Design.
Yeah, it's dead good. I've been watching the videos. They're really, really interesting. Zach also DMs. Go give them a follow and then listen to the videos. And then come back here and give us your opinions on them, through social media engagement strategies in order to drive up the interest in our channel. Got you. Boom.
All right. So, with all those preliminaries out of the way, we will get into it. So, last time, after a incident in the capital of Royd caused concerns about how dire the plight of Baldea had gotten, you were all requested to act as bodyguards for Princess Fiona to go make a final plea to Moss to go answer the calls for aid. Upon arrival, you were able to meet with Ruvik Thar, the headmaster of Scooch's former school, which led to a rather hostile confrontation with his former classmate Nicholas Sham, followed by a reconciliation with Anastasia's guardian, Helga Ajian, at the Temple of Anatar, before finally making her way into the city of Dragon's Breath. Whereupon, a preliminary investigation by Jane had him encounter a apparent member of his order that he was unaware still existed, who told him to hide his identity as best as possible, as the people in the capital were aware of his order. You then engaged in a morning banquet at the king's behest, finding some suspicious characters and some suspicious behavior. After quite the political intrigue discussions and shenanigans from a warlock, you were all eventually invited to a council with the king, where his advisor Elias played his hand and seemed to be out for your head. After a harrowing fight, you were able to slay Elias and the present guards, free King Jester from what seemed to be some sort of mind control, and are now holed up in the locked throne room of Dragon's Breath.
No big deal.
Good job on the intro.
That
Really
is
quickly,
weird.
I've realised I've timed this terribly because that TFT game overrun, and I'm going to have to go for my first Games Workshop sponsored piss of the night. So I'm just going to go run do that. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
I don't think that pee is that's not sponsored pee.
It's sponsored P now. He said it's sponsored P. It is.
If he says it's sponsored, it is because Sam's never lied in his life.
Sam would never lie to us.
A hot second. Look at Pip. He's like in it, but this is as much as he's willing to commit to being in it.
So we were trying to take a short rest in here, right?
Yeah, we're...
Yeah.
Correct.
Yes, you were in the process of
Specifically-
saying you wished to take a short rest.
And Andrew did not let us gain the benefits of the short rest, even though we tried to start the short rest, and that makes me very nervous.
So that is still the plan, is the short rest?
We
Yeah.
have the doors locked, is that correct?
Yes.
You
that-
did
Mhm.
have arcane lock.
Oh wait, and I wanted to disguise. I remembered this. I had a dream about it, but I remembered that I was going to disguise myself as what's her face so that they couldn't tell who was the real one.
That's right.
Okay, are you doing that before the short rest? Or during the time of the short rest?
Can I do it
How long
during
does-
the time of the? Wait, I want to take the short rest.
How long does this guy's self last?
Let me check under my features because
Oh yeah, this is a great idea, by the way.
I think it, is it? Ghost all those spells, it's like as long as oh, okay.
And how long does the short rest take? I always think 30 minutes.
An
in my
hour.
head. I think that's
It is
okay.
1 hour.
So after the short rest.
Immediately post short rest.
No, I feel like just
Ah.
that one right off. Well, unless like while we're resting something appears.
You're a warlock, right? You get your spell slots back at the end of a short rest.
So yeah,
You
might
can
as well do it
disguise
now.
yourself, short rest, and then unless your disguise is not a spell slot and it's like an ability.
I think she has masks of many faces, so she can just do it
Yeah,
whenever.
I can cast it whenever without expending a spell slot.
So yeah,
But
just
we
do that
should
now.
probably do it all the time.
Do it after. Yeah.
Alright.
Why do we even know what Anaya looks like?
So I'm gonna disguise myself as what's her name? Princess Fiona.
Okay.
Be on
Oh, as an alternative thing, you know that you can choose to be anyone. I was thinking about this. I'm afraid I was having a wee, so in case we just discussed this, do stop me. Because you can be anyone, and the most important person in that room, as regards like getting people off our asses, is Elias. Because it's not the king, because Elias took over. Why don't you pretend to be Elias, and then using your best like I'm a man voice, you can be like, no, everything is fine in here. Ooh, ha, ha, ha. And then they can leave us alone, and I can get my key points back and stand the chance against this dragon bitch.
That is
I would
not
say-
a bad suggestion at all.
Yeah, I would say it's not a bad idea, but the most important thing is to protect Princess.
Our
Fiona.
mission's literally to protect the princess.
Yeah,
Well,
having
why
two
would
of
they
them-
attack us if Elias, the guy in charge of them, tells
As
them
long
to
as
not
I can
attack?
Because it doesn't
convincing
disguise your
enough
voice,
Elias.
and that's
Yeah.
I feel
And
like
I
that's
literally
really
have to
so
make a
wrong.
convincing enough voice to convince everybody that.
How's
she's
your
Elias.
performance check? Just out of curiosity.
Does anyone know minor
Oh, 3
illusion?
actually.
I know minor illusion.
You can replicate sounds with minor illusion. You could be her voice.
Oh shit.
And
Okay,
you
this is
have
more-
heard him speak. Only a few
Okay.
things, but you have heard him speak.
Okay, let me check the condition of my minor illusion. I just have it as a cantrip, and it's at will.
It's
So
all
there you
coming
go.
together.
Alright, so
Okay.
you're gonna do the talking,
Yeah.
right? And I have heard that if you mouth the word watermelon, it looks convincingly like anything.
It
So I
really
will
does.
mouth the word watermelon.
Okay, let's try this really quickly. Okay, ready? So 3, 2, 1. Watermelon. There we go.
Oh, wait,
Perfect.
no, you're
We
supposed
synced up.
to say actual words, and I mouth watermelon.
I know. I just think it was funnier that way. Right. So
Okay,
that's
she just got this down perfectly. This is great.
It's
Okay.
very fine.
So
Well, yeah,
as you guys, all right. So as you relax for your short rest, Tywin continues to look nervous. The king just kind of looks tired. Fiona is also looking kind of a bit fearful, but is trusting your judgment. About 10, 15, 20 minutes passes, at which point there is a boom, 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 boom on the main door. Going, is everything all right in there?
Elias's voice will respond with, "Yes, everything is fine."
Okay. Make a deception check.
Oh no. The first low roll of the night.
It's a natural one.
It's a 4.
Total.
It's 4 total, yeah.
Wait, I can tell you what to say, and we can plan it with message, right?
Yeah,
Okay, so we can communicate with our minds using message.
okay,
We
okay,
can
I prefer
coordinate what
this.
we're saying, just in case.
Okay.
Okay.
Right, I prefer this.
Okay.
This is getting so involved.
It's like 3 different spell castings for every sentence.
Yep.
So there's a hesitation, and the voice goes, "Can we come in, sir?"
No. I'm gonna say, no, do not interrupt the business of your betters. Because I'm an asshole, right? That's kind
You are Elias.
He's playing the role.
You can see that the door kind of gets tested a bit, like it tries to open, but it does not. Like it's not being forced or anything. It's just kind of like a boom, boom, boom. Person goes, "All right."
I'm gonna say, if we need you, be assured I will call for you.
Okay.
That's code for get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's executive speech for go or I'll kill you.
Tywin.
Readying Fiona to teleport her onto the other side of the door if needed, but I'm not doing it yet. I want to see how they react. I don't want to interrupt what's already going on.
Okay. Tywin asks, "So, what is your plan from here if you're not going to best the lady? Are you going to attempt to free Lord Jorvin then and see if you can rally those not already in Elias's pocket?"
Well, I think this isn't a bad idea, but it seems the only way to free people's minds is to just eliminate the person causing it. So if Elias had done it to him, he would already be coming around, and if not, we're gonna have to kill the other one, or at least incapacitate.
To be fair, even though we killed Elias, King Jester did still seem to be in a sort of a fog for a little bit. Perhaps Jorvis is the same way. Maybe we can coax him out of his spell.
Does anybody know healing magics that can interfere with the flow of control? Perhaps something of a restoration type in a minor capacity. I'm trying my best, but I'm really not Sam Riegel.
Well, yes, I actually do have some restoration abilities that I just remembered that I have.
Because I
Is
have
it
a
Lessie
feeling
Ressie?
that if we cast Lessie Ressi on our friend Jordan, he might just come round.
Well, we made the other one come around with a message spell, and maybe post our a little bit of a rest here, a little lay down we're taking, we could give him a message and see if we could coax him out then. And if not, I could try Lesser Restoration as well.
Resi,
You need
resi.
to know the location of someone before you can message them.
Yes.
And there is a distance.
Within range.
Do you need to know the location, or you just need to know the person?
It's 120 foot, and if you can't see them, you need to know they're in the next room to message them. Otherwise, you
Well, we do
can't
know he's in
message
the next room. Unless he's
Well,
left.
You can
unless
cast
he's
a
not.
spell through solid objects if you're familiar with the target and know it is beyond the barrier.
I mean, we know we put him
Radical
there.
silence, 1 foot of stone, 1 inch of common metal, a thin sheet of lead, or 3 feet of wood blocks the spell.
Jesper also chimes in and goes, if you are seeking allies in this endeavor, I believe in my quarters there is a sending stone to reach Ruvik Thar, but I don't know if you'll be able to get there, because I don't know how much of the castle is compromised.
Give me the directions to that place, my lord. I think I could do it.
Can
I'm
you
really
sneak
quite
there
sneaky.
and not
Oh,
die?
yes. I mean, can I do anything and not die is the question. But I mean, I can certainly sneak.
You know, I'm starting to think no, just because of how many times you've gone down.
He says yes, and anyone should be able to use it.
Also, I was thinking about this. On my way to I'm sure this place is the king's office, is the best word I'm going to come up with, and I'm sticking with it, is probably quite high because defensibility and getting to it. And as I sneak in through the window, I think I've been followed by someone who should be my friend, and I would like to speak with him because he was a badass, and I bet you he's looking, or would if I went outside.
Well, before we leave, we definitely should finish this.
Oh,
fucking
100%. Yeah, I'm getting my shit back, and then I'm gonna go Sam Fisher this sending stone.
So the 3 things that we're trying to do is contact that other monk, contact Ruvik Thar, and coax Jorvin out of his spell.
Yes.
Yes.
Can we do all 3 of those things at the same time?
Potentially.
Well, my mission only requires me, and it's probably better if only I go.
You can't leave Anaya. You're her voice.
If I'm
That's
trying
alright.
to do what's his face, yeah.
We should continue to try to be what's his face because we could leave this place without a fight, potentially. Right?
Possibly.
I mean, if I roll a 4 for deception again, probably not.
Why don't we do this? Why don't we try to get to Jorvin using Elias's face? And then as soon as we get to Jorvin, why don't you try and slip away and then go get the sending stone?
And try and talk to the monk. I like
Yes.
this thinking. Yes, okay, that's a great idea. Let's do it that way.
Okay. So as the time for the rest continues to 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 50 minutes, 55 minutes, the banging on the door returns.
Yep, there it
Right.
is. Fucking knew it.
And someone
Yeah.
goes, Sir, Slane is here and wishes to speak with you.
Who?
5 more minutes. Give us 5 more minutes. Finished.
Yeah. What if I say? I'm gonna look around and be like, okay, casting, and I'm going to say, our negotiations are in a very delicate area. Please leave, and we will be out shortly.
Make your roll.
Okay, a little better. That was 12.
Okay. There goes silence. And the man goes, very well. I'll return momentarily. You may get the benefits of your short rest.
Yeah!
Okay, do I want a 1st level spell slot and a 2nd level spell slot? Or do I want a 3rd level spell slot?
I don't know that.
You probably want a 3rd, don't you? They're like your meaty
Yeah,
good
I think
ones.
you're right.
3d8.
Do I want
Not my
nothing
one
back,
combo.
or do I want nothing back?
Rip. Not even hit points?
So I want.
I didn't get hit. They tried.
Mick, did you just say, do I want everything back?
They tried to hit me, but my 22 AC was like, no.
I used
I
two,
don't think so.
hit dice, and I'm back at full.
That's good.
Nice. I blew 3 and I'm 9 short.
That's
I got messed up.
You
Yeah, I
did get
rolled
fucked
really
up.
well on my. I rolled a
Um,
7 and a 10 for my die.
Do we want to try and use a potion to get you all the way full?
That is not a bad idea. I am going to drink one of my potions of healing. Ooh, also, everybody, yeah, rock your body. You are all going to take, and Backstreet's back, alright? You're all going to take one potion of healing from me. So everyone do that. I will remove
So now I have
5
full.
minutes.
You
Do
have
you
4
need to
potions of
slither
healing?
the snake to do anything? Because I could technically be a snake. Don't forget that, guys.
2d4.
That is
why
a
can you be a
good
snake?
point.
She bought the ring.
Like that special ring.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Honestly,
What
a
alcohol?
snake might have an easier time getting out of here than we would.
That's why I said it. I'm a sneaky snake.
I'm a
Snake.
Snake.
Sneaky snake.
A sneaky snake. But if guys, sneaky snake. But if you guys, I mean, maybe the snake is a decent recon play. Although, won't a snake get like pest control if seen in a castle?
I do feel like that is the case. You might be good at hiding,
Well, I mean, I
but
feel like all it'd have to do is get past a certain point.
That's true.
I
mean,
love
maybe
for
you can just
pest
poke your
control.
snake head. Yeah, poke your snake head under the door and see that there isn't like fucking 50 million guards outside before we have to like.
Yeah, I can use it to like kind of check, but I can only
Yeah.
use it once.
We'll say it at least once a day.
Do you like my song?
Yeah,
We
I
could
really
send
enjoy it.
Fee.
But I can only use it.
So,
We could-
what is the plan of action?
You could send Fiona with Jane as well if he's going to sneak off. That way we can make sure he doesn't fucking die.
Fiona coming with me is a.
No. His weasel.
Oh, Fiona.
Just
Okay,
weasel.
yeah, I mean,
Fiona, not Fiona. Yes.
okay. that's
Not
fine.
Fiona.
I mean, yeah, I mean the weasel can come with me if you want. I don't know how much help it's going to be other than I throw it at someone.
It can give you advantage by
Okay,
helping
let's
you.
go. I love advantage. It's so good. Okay, she's now great. And
I love advantage. Give me the weasel.
Yeah.
Well, I was just thinking that if something goes south and the other part of the group, don't get in trouble, that way if you do, Scoot can just be watching to make sure you don't die.
I mean, to be fair, now that I actually finally have my key points back, this is really good for me. And if I get in a lot of trouble, I'm gonna blow key points and get my sash going and like run 120 feet in like no time. So
If you die, and I get to your body in a minute, you'll be fine anyways.
exactly, yeah. I feel like we were in dire straits, and now we are only in pretty hot water because we managed to rest. So like now at least not all of us are gonna die. Maybe one of us will.
My bets are on this one.
So,
Well,
plan of action?
yeah.
First thing first, how do we get out of this door? What's the plan to get out of this one door?
Well, there's 3 doors in the room.
Well, but there's one that we want to go through.
Well, there's one that has been knocked on. There's 2 others that no one has knocked on.
Well, I think the plan would be to have the king and Elias leave first, and the king to go about his business as he was, and Elias to get followed by Jane at a close distance so he could be her voice, to get close to Lord Jarvan, or let me get close to Lord Jarvan, and I will cast the
Lessie Resi.
Resi, as it's called, and go from there, I guess. Play it by ear.
King Jester,
Mm.
before we go out there, is there anything behind these two doors that might be of help to us?
Well, those lead further into the palace to various rooms and whatnot. The best way to my chambers would be to head back through those doors. The main door leads back into the palace proper.
We have a hand raised.
I do have a hand raised. I was reading Lesser Restoration because I also have it, and the only conditions it does, because it's Lesser Restoration, are blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Bollocks. Okay.
It's not going to be
We'll try it.
helpful.
Do we have Dispel Magic?
We should still at least try Lesser Restoration, because
We can try it.
a lot of times, like, with the restoration spells, I feel like a lot of times it's one of those things that, like, it restores things either greaterly or lesserly, and it's kind of up to the DM's, like, this is gonna restore that, or it isn't.
So everybody send Andrew your bribes now.
Okay.
Here's a tit pick.
If 5 people subscribe to our stream, then the Lesser Restoration will work. If
Come on,
not, then
guys.
we'll all die. So it's up to
Come on,
you.
guys.
Come save
Fucking
us.
Sub, give me your money. I need to win.
So, what are you doing?
Well, knowing that these back doors lead to the king's chambers, we may need to alter our plan slightly. Because once you go out that front door, I don't think you're going to be able to get back into this throne room.
I agree. Now, this is a problem. How, King Jester, how far from here is your room with the Sending Stone?
It will be a fair distance. It's several floors up and down a few halls.
Uh-huh. Have I got access to the outside of the castle from here?
There are windows, yes.
Uh-huh. So that's not a problem. I can climb up the wall. What I'm pressing at here is that if I take Fiona's assistance and as fast as I'm able, get up to your room, get the Sending Stone, send a message to Ruvik Thar, bring the Sending Stone down here so you can confirm everything while we probably fight the large number of people that will be brought upon us. That might be one way of doing it. I also have a chance to make contact with a member of my order, which we need allies right now. That man can fight, because he was about to handle my ass pretty competently, and I'm no pushover. I'm no pushover. In fact, I'm a power bottom, and I generate an awful lot of power. So,
What if there was someone who was going to meet with Lord Elias? Is that right?
What I overheard is correct. They're referring to Slain of the Metallic Council.
The what?
oh,
The
the
Metallic
Mage Council.
like Ruvik Thar is a part of.
Yes.
What if we may need to meet with Slain before we can sneak away?
Is it possible that how bad does he look? What's his name? Nicholas's dad, Shan. Lord Shan. Yeah, Tywin Shan. How rough is he looking physically?
Pretty good, because he was he was
Okay.
laid on hands by
All right.
by
Is it
Tom.
possible that we could have our new royal procession here? I point at the king and Shan and Meg, and say that you could have the meeting, acting still under the influence of our esteemed evil warlock man who is definitely dead, and stall long enough for me to get the Sending Stone and come down here, and then if they are indeed compromised, as I fear they might be, I will ambush the living tar out of those guys, and we can handle that problem.
Timon goes, I see your plan. However, I must question how we would accomplish that with, and he motions to the 4 guards and Elias's bodies adorning the floor.
I'm gonna push those out of the window shortly. Yeah, I'm gonna. In fact, do you know what? That's an excellent idea. I start dragging the bodies out into the corridor looking for a window because I can just open arcane locked doors, can't I? At any point.
Yep, there's your lock, so you can get rid of it.
Yep.
It will still use up a charge if you wish to put the lock back on, though.
Oh, I'll be doing that. Yeah, I've got-
You can open arcane locks if you're the one who puts
Oh,
them
that's
on.
right. Yes.
There's
Yep,
like a
because it's-
password that opens them.
Okay, well, my password will be in Infernal, and it's fuck. And yeah, but it's fuck, but Infernal, so it'll be like, and that'll crack the door open, and it burns with a hellish kanji, and then I'll push the door open. Is anything in the corridor?
You're going to the doors to the back,
Yeah.
behind the throne.
Yeah.
There's not appear to be anything back there at the moment.
Is there a window enough for a body to be pushed through?
You're going to throw a body out the window?
Yeah. I'm
Feels
gonna
like
have a look
bad
first.
idea.
I'm gonna have a look first and see what's going on.
There is a
You
window.
push it.
Yeah, how high up are we?
You're only on about like the second story. It's not that high.
Oh, I thought we were on the ground. Not give a shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna throw a body out the window this high up because that would have just got.
Keep them in the hallway.
Yeah, okay, fine. Does this look like it's? In fact, King Jester, is this hallway well patrolled or no?
There will likely be patrols. I don't think as many lately because Elias has kind of been.
Is there any rooms, when I look, is there any rooms that look like maybe store cupboards or something really close by?
Make an investigation check for either your.
That's
Search.
much better. That's a 17 on the dice, so that is 22.
You're able to find a small room. You're not sure it's a store cupboard, but it does seem to just be a small chamber of some sort.
Here's what I do. I drag those bodies into there, I arcane lock the door, and I walk out.
Okay. While you were doing this, about the time you have the first body there, the main door comes to knocking again,
Motherfucker.
and you hear a different voice going, "I must insist that you open the door." At which point the door gets tried quite forcefully this time.
Okay, so quick, I'm gonna like, under my breath, I'll be like, Anaya, and Tomulus, stall for time at the door. Just be visible. You don't have to talk. I'm gonna get these bodies. In fact, now Tomulus, I'm gonna give him the directions to the room. Get these bodies in there. Anaya and me are gonna handle this.
Anastasia,
Also
help.
help move bodies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll help
Anastasia.
him eat some bodies.
Okay.
Scooch, if you would stay with the princess, actually, and we'll, because I don't think you.
You're
Doesn't look like
not.
you could potentially.
I look at Scooch. I go, "You're not," and then look at Scooch's arms and remake eye contact with Scooch.
Okay, and then I'm gonna put my noble hat back on off the floor as I walk up to the door with Elias, and I'm gonna start making idle chatter that they can hear through the doors. Being, you've made an excellent. No, sorry, wait. Ash, you've made an excellent case for joining forces with your, shall we say, business. And then I'll open the door because I have to open the door, and then I'm going to put the handle in your hands, and
Okay, so you're opening the main front door?
yeah, but like cracking it so that they can see and being like, yes, what is it you need? Elias is with me.
And
Right,
I'm gonna like step so that they can see me and just kind of have like one of those imperious glares like he would if he was interrupted in the middle of something really important and not pleased.
And
about
I
it.
am specifically like standing to block any view into the room so that I'm like providing cover for the bodies being moved.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you see as you crack the door is there is a very gaunt-looking man, very short blonde hair, clean-shaven, looks kind of like middle-aged. He's wearing a robe that is brass-colored. With him, there are 5 men wearing the coat of arms of Moss. He gives you a look and he goes, Elias, I think it is important that we speak. There are unnerving word coming from the streets.
Okay, shit. Message has components that I think they'll see me use. So our message plan is not gonna work.
Yeah, also, I'm pretty certain that I have to use magic and bullshit in order to get you to talk, so I really didn't think this through.
Shit.
Yes, but you're super eccentric and your face is covered.
Yeah, true.
So you can cast it off?
Yes, I immediately start to
Start mouth and watermelon.
I start to hum a tune. I go like that while I cast a message saying, cast a minor illusion emanating from just over Anaya's mouth, pointing at them, saying, what news is this, brother?
And I'm gonna move my mouth as close to that as I can.
Make
There
a
might be a slight
deception check.
hesitation. Me or him?
Oh, it's not bad. That's an 11. Please, God.
Oh God.
The jig is up.
He eyes you very steely,
That's insane.
looks
I
from one.
continue to be happily jigging along.
And I'm gonna cast him like one of those like, what the fuck look, like you'd expect him to do. Like, are you fucking kidding me? But then
And
like
then
look back at them
she-
with a raised eyebrow. Like that's less important than the matter at hand here. Like, what the fuck do you want?
And as she looks at me, I'm gonna like, but they can't see my face, but I'm gonna be like, oh,
And he
fucking selling this so hard.
Nailed it.
he looks at you and goes, I see. And gets kind of a very serious, blank expression before trying to look farther into the room past you.
I'm just gonna give it a bit more of a tango over here, maybe. Ooh, yeah.
I am going to step in, or like step up towards them, and like put my arms, you know what I mean, like kind of body block them, and give them like a glare, like one of those, like yeah, hey, no, like you know one of those.
That one's
What do you
better.
mean?
Let's go with that one. Yes.
Like, well, in that case,
No, no. And like you know, like just body block them and glare at them, like fuck no, you ain't getting in here.
okay, make an intimidation check.
Oh, dear God.
You got this.
Oh,
You
fuck
got
it,
high
bitches,
rolls.
I got this. 17.
Nice. It's not bad.
I'm scary.
Roar.
Oh, I don't know. After seeing that, I might
Roar,
intimidate.
XD.
I'm intimidated or I'm aroused, or maybe I'm just warm. I don't know. But like, either way, it's getting uncomfortable in here.
He goes, I will attend to matters myself then. And very angrily turns and storms off down the hall with the other guards in tow.
What? Bam! I'm gonna slam the shit out of that door so he understands. And don't you come back!
Well, interestingly, that might be another problem or solution for us, because it says there's things happening on the streets. But what could that be? Anyone?
I don't know.
Look at you, Lord Shan, or the King.
That's
Lord
a
Shan,
problem
King.
for later.
Either of you have an idea?
You're asking Tywin and the king?
Yes.
The king goes, I don't know what it could be. I unfortunately have not been made aware of much going on lately. Tywin thinks for a moment and goes, well, there was word that there had been some attacks on our soldiers in Salt recently, so perhaps whoever attacked there has made their way here?
Oh, another question for you, Lord Shan. Do you know how many people might be compromised or under the thumb of the late, terrible Elias?
It would be hard to gauge numbers. I know that Elias has been working pretty steadily to place his ilk among powerful positions across the city, and there are those who have been ensorcelled or corrupted by that object he had. But I do know that many of the guard are still loyal soldiers of Moss who believe they are working for His Majesty. That is
I'm
why
gonna
I thought
quite-
perhaps if you got some prominent member like Lord Jorvin, or even perhaps Sir Eddard, to go and rouse them to their cause, we would be able to mount a sizable offensive.
Could we have the king rouse us to our cause? Because if they think they're serving the king and the king tells them to do something, wouldn't they listen?
That would put the king in danger, though, but yes.
Speaking of Lord Jorvin, what can you tell me about Lady McCall?
He goes, oh, the lady? I do wish I knew more about her. She has always been his firm, I would like to say companion. It's never been confirmed that she is his wife, but they are quite inseparable.
Oh, she's a fucking dragon. Oh,
Yes, we've been talking about that.
yeah, I thought she was, and I thought she wasn't. Now she is. God, fucking arseholes.
Says she has always been a rather delight of the court until Lord Jordan returned with Elias, where her agenda seems to have shifted to be parallel with his.
Oh no, I know. Okay, so first thing first, there's a fun joke in here. When the king mentions the mages and stuff, like high people in high power, I quickly want to go. What do we think of Ruvik Thar? Can he be trusted? Wait, no, sorry. And I take the hat off and go. No, that's stupid. Philo, out. Can we trust Ruvik Thar? Philo will be back. Don't worry, he's my favorite fucking D&D character. But can he be trusted?
The king says, I would like to think that I could trust all of the Metallic Council. They've been the bedrock parliamentary force working with me to keep the kingdom safe.
I'd like to think I pierce liquid gold, but I tried yesterday and I don't. Philo. Okay, so I'm still gonna go ahead with that. Have those bodies moved by now?
Yes.
Okay, great. So that's useful. There was another thing. Oh, has anyone ever seen Lady Mackay and our good lord and his dragon he rides together at all?
The Dragon Macassidae? No.
She's a fucking
And
dragon.
she's called Lady Mackay. She's not even trying to hide it. But one thing I will say is she could still not be a dragon, because since he came back with Elias, perhaps the dragon is imprisoned somewhere, and this lady is an imposter, and it's not too far out because, yes, I know Baldur's Gate happened and everyone's a doppelganger, but perhaps in this case, everyone is a doppelganger. Don't worry about Baldur's Gate, that's the Forgotten Realms. We've all forgotten about that.
Well, we did run into doppelgangers. What city were we in when that happened?
That's exactly why I mentioned he punched me so hard my chest nearly caved in.
It's
Where
true.
was that? Is
I
that
was
one in
there.
Earthen? Where was that?
Haven.
Where were we?
Haven.
All these notes that I take, guys.
Whoops.
They coming in clutch.
Close
Where
your
are
phone
we?
exit. My bad.
I'm mad because I have so many notes and I don't have any of them with me, and I feel like this is the session that we need all of them.
We need you.
Why
I
don't
have
you
a
have your
decent amount of
notes?
notes.
Because they're all packed away because I don't have a desk right now. My office is chaos.
And Tyron goes, and you did ask earlier about a diamond, did you not?
Yes,
Did
he
we?
did. Anaya did. Anaya did. A black diamond.
He says, because I do believe that there is one that was recently put in the vault. I don't know what reason it was brought here. I know Elias was actually quite furious when it arrived, but had it stored away nonetheless.
It's in the
Was
vault.
that Tywin or Jester speaking?
That was Tywin.
I want to ask who got it.
Exactly my question.
He says, I do not know the details. It was brought in from some of our Drake Riders, which I believe you said that you had encountered Drake Riders that you believed
Yes.
were operating under my orders. So
Yes, which is why I rather laser focused you before. So someone lied about having your authority to send the Drake Riders to pick that up. That was stolen from the unseen hand.
as I see. Well, it's probably best not left in their hands either, but I don't know what it is, but it is not the object he's been using.
And what was it he was using again?
I said it was this. It almost seemed like a dark bit of space, like a black void with frost all around it.
What I'm assuming is
And
the
this
glacial
is what
heart.
he's using to control people, yes?
It's what he was using.
He can't use anything anymore.
About 3-4 days ago, he had received information that he seemed very excited about, and had it actually sent off.
We were so close to finding the glacial heart.
I unfortunately don't have that much of his confidence.
And who's this talking? This is Shane,
Tywin.
right?
Tywin.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my volume cut out right when you said where it was sent. Can you say it again?
No, he said he didn't know. He said that he's not in his confidence enough for
Is
that.
there anything that you do know?
Are you useful at all? Are you aware that your son is a little dick?
And I actually did ask if there's anything that he does know, and I was getting really irritated with this.
I figured you could really ask that. He was like, well, what else you wish to know? I have provided you information on the status of the guard, the ways in which you might be able to rally them to your cause safely, and this diamond that you showed interest in.
And nothing about the diamond's current whereabouts, how it got here, or anything that we actually needed to know.
I did say it was in the vault.
You said that it was removed.
No,
No.
the other thing was...
No, the other thing
There
that
are two things we're talking
The
about.
black diamond is still in the vault. Yes.
Where is the vault?
The vault would be down towards the cellars.
How do we
So in the
access
opposite
the
direction of the king's quarters.
My king, I'm going to need directions to those quarters. I believe it is time for me to splinter in a cell-type manner and head for them.
Okay. He provides you directions.
Okay, I'm going to quickly make a note of them so I don't forget them, and
Okay.
then I stand still for a second, my hand goes to my chest, and shadows cling to me, and I'm going to move as quickly and stealth. That was pass without trace, which I will not.
So I was like, do you have visibility? I didn't think you had that yet.
Not yet.
Visual.
Pass without trace. Yeah.
Wait, can I cast invisibility on him?
Yes, and it will last as long as you maintain concentration.
Invisibility.
Boom, and a stealth check. We're doing both.
Because it's what, an hour, and as long as you have concentration, right?
Duration up to 1 hour concentration.
There we go. So
And
you
a
are
stealth
invisible
check.
now.
Okay, and a stealth check of 28.
Okay.
So,
Is that all?
yeah. So I'm gonna walk to the window and ninja climb, like stealthily ninja climb as much as I can up there, being really careful not to
So
do,
why did he give you directions?
because I'm gonna
He
use them
didn't
up to
give
get to
you
the top.
window directions.
God damn it! I would have asked him. I'd have been like, "What floor is it on?" And then I'm gonna get to a window, and then I'm gonna jump down from the steps. So once we know where the steps is, I'm just gonna
Okay.
go.
Bye, Jane. Hope you find your
It's a
dad.
stealth mission. We all know this.
I'm in the
Did Fiona come with me?
Yes, I would send her with you.
Sick.
And so I'll also need you to make an athletics check then, since you are climbing on the outside.
Don't fail this one.
If only I could also cast Spider Climb.
It's a 9.
Jane's dead.
No,
Jane falls off
Jane
the
is not
platform.
dead. But Jane is on the ground floor.
Yep, I will slow fall as a reaction.
I really
climb
hope.
again.
I hope that we watch
She
him
goes
go out the
and is
window.
like, okay, and Ninja, oh, no handholds in
Wait,
this.
is this the window that we just threw the bodies out? Oh no,
No,
we put
no
the,
one
threw the
no,
bodies out.
Okay, yeah, we put the bodies
Change
in
of
another
plans. Jane's now going to the vault.
I know.
Yep.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, I've jumped out, missed my footing. Kevin grabbed onto the wall. I also grabbed onto the wall. Managed to slow my fall all the way down. I'm going to try again. So I'm going to climb up again. That is a 15.
Okay, you're doing better this time. Luckily, you have slow fall, and also luckily it's not your concentration spell, so there's no danger.
Yep.
Both of these are true
What?
and very
What?
fortunate.
What are the rest of you doing while Jane is attempting his Spider-Man impression?
Let's
Stop
approach
looking
Lord
like
Jordan.
this man.
Jorvin.
What did you say, Meg? What did you say, Meg?
I asked if I could stop looking like a man.
Oh, right, okay.
Well, I think we're going to need your facade in order to get to. I'm starting to sound like Tom Willis. I think we're going to need your facade in order to get to Lord Jorvin.
Very true, Scooch. Very true.
Without the power of speaking like him.
Well,
Well, just pretend like you're choking or something.
He came down
Oh,
with
you
that
just-
sudden cough.
you don't always have to talk. You could just
You
walk up to them, give us a reason to be in their presence, and then I could give the restoration to Lord Jorvin.
Or I
you
could
could
kill
disguise
them all.
yourself as Lady McCall.
Which turns into a problem if we run into Lady McCall. Which could be a problem if we're going to Jorvin.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I feel like Jorvin of all people would know that I'm not.
Fair.
I could just kill them all.
Let's avoid that option until the very end.
Wait, okay, how loud of a sound can such a
They're pretty loud.
Because we could just create a distraction, couldn't we? Does that have to be close by? How...
Create a distraction to do what, again?
Like, draw people away, or if they see me, like, just make them look the other way.
Okay, no,
Like,
no, it is not thaumaturgy. It is a fairly quiet sound.
Okay, never mind. No distractions.
Why don't we at least keep your facade of Lord Elias up until we get out the door? You don't need to speak necessarily, but we could, just act very angry and like you're just too angry to speak, and
That I can
then
do.
we'll storm out and go find Lord Jorvin. And as soon as we're out of the room, I don't think we'll need a disguise anymore.
Alright, I'm gonna put on my pretty.
Wait, I have a very good idea. What we could do is, sister, me and you could walk up to Lord Jorvin and probably the lady that is with him, and you could look very surly and just like give a little voice clear, and I could say, well, during our dealings, one of the deals was made that I could meet Lord Jorvin and shake his hand. He's a big hero of mine, and you could look surly about it like you didn't want to do it, but then in that handshake, I could then restore him, hopefully. And he wouldn't have to say a word.
Thomas, this is an excellent plan.
But it just came to me, like a strike of lightning.
I've been captivated by your plan.
No, it was enraptivated, or what was it?
I don't know. That sounds like our best option then.
Yes, that sounds like a good plan. Let's try it. King Jester, do you want to come with us? Would you rather go to your quarters?
Well, where would you suggest at this point, as you are the ones causing the ruckus?
Well, I admit that going with us will kind of put you in the eye of the storm, danger-wise. But also, we're the best ones who can protect you. I think the same is true of Lady Fianna.
He says, well, then I will travel with you. Of course.
Then it's decided.
Oh no!
Someone else comes to our party.
Oh no, we just killed the king and the princess, fuck.
Man, we just lost Baldain citizenship right after we got it.
Would you rather them go with Jane up the side of the building?
Yeah.
No, I don't really know what is best, but I do believe being
not
in our
bad.
presence is the best thing we can do.
I'm not there, so there's no way you guys can tell me, so I don't think this idea can be used unless one of you has it. But maybe we could have put them in the room where we kept the bodies and just kept them out of the way for now. 'Cause it's arcane locked. It sucks, but like at least they're out of the way.
Where Chunk is locked in the freezer with the stiff.
I do not wish to let the princess out of my sight, if all possible.
I agree. Oh no, I'm Tomless again. The Tomless
We need to just mix our voices and just be one person.
Timon goes, well, where His Majesty goes, I will follow.
Nice,
Well,
we've got
that's-
a sweet mage on our side. Let's go.
Seems like we've gained a fierce ally, and I trust you to protect your king, and I will protect the princess. Well, we all will protect the princess, but I won't stop protect. It's no skin off my bones. Let's continue.
Okay. So the seven of you depart the throne room.
Yep.
Yes.
I guess I'll
Okay.
be in the lead, right? Like kind of walking as imperiously and angrily looking as I possibly can.
Right before you exit, Lord Shan goes, are any of you aware of where Lord Jordan would be?
Are you? I mean, I'm assuming he's still at the party, no?
Well, the party reached a conclusion, so he is likely returned to his quarters or the barracks.
And where would the
We could have
land
Joe-
be
we could-
more
we could-
likely?
Said, well, based on recent events, I would say his quarters are most likely, but that also puts us most likely to encounter Lady McCall.
I kind of figured we were going to do that anyway.
I have an entirely new plan. Scratching everything we just talked about,
We
and
need
just...
to take some action, dadgummit.
Hey, guys,
No! We were under the assumption we would have to walk through a party to try to get Princess to safety. However, what if put on a delay of having the new Elias escort us back to Boldea to have discussions maybe with the king, so anyone under his thumb might think that he is trying to recruit even more powerful people to be under his power, but we are just trying to get the princess to safety, get her home, come right back and try to free Moss.
And leave Jane?
But he's capable.
I don't
Oh,
think
no.
we should leave someone behind like this. I also believe
You're going to
that-
leave me for a week fighting a guerrilla war in a castle I don't know.
I
love
agree.
about
I
Jane
think
doing that though.
I mean,
I
that would be all I do. Would literally, I would go full Rambo at that point.
Okay, Zach,
I feel like it would be a very Home Alone.
If we are going to leave the city, we need to have at least one reliable ally other than the king in the castle, and Lord
We have
Jordan, I think, is that
Jane!
person.
Well, what about Lord Shan? He seems a reliable ally.
I
No.
mean, someone who can rally, just like the king said, someone who can rally the people without putting the king in danger. And I think
Someone who's less of an
we're
asshole.
kind of in this, we can't just
We
let
ain't
people
leaving.
out and
We're
then
not
come back
leaving.
later.
We're not leaving. We have to stay here. If we leave, we're fucked.
Dang it! I just want to get out of here with the princess, guys. I don't have to tell you.
You're not coming with us. I'm sorry, brother. But
If we can teleport, I would open a portal and put you through, but not a thing. Although,
We'll try and contact Lord Jabot. I think that has to be our first step.
Step one.
Well,
I'm gonna walk towards the door and open it as planned.
Okay. You open the door. There's just kind of a single guard kind of off to one side, just standing in the hall. Just seems to be at attention. The hall outside is predominantly empty.
y'all ever spend 2 real-life hours with pretend people in one room?
Right?
Because we just did.
In the final episode.
One real life hour. Okay, one real life hour.
No, because we were here for about an hour last time too,
Oh wait, yeah, shit.
discussing plans.
Okay, so I'm gonna walk like I motherfucking own the place down that hallway.
Okay. Tywin will attempt to subtly direct you so that you can continue to act imperious, even though you don't know where you're going. As you start making your way down the hall, periodically you hear like a couple shouts. It doesn't sound like things totally out of hand, but you hear like a couple people making calls. At one point, a couple guards come running up by you, see the king and everyone, and kind of stop and bow and Your Majesty, and then continue past you, rushing off down the hallway.
One second.
Going.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch one of their attentions.
One of them stops because you are with the king.
Where are you going?
This is what we received word that there was some sort of breakout of violence out in the courtyard, and so we were rushing to attend. We were told by Lord Plupros that all hands were necessary.
Who is the instigator of the violence?
Because I don't know. I was just told to report.
I just work here, man.
For real. Dang, I feel like we're gonna have to deal with whatever that is now as well. Okay,
Jester, do you trust your soldiers?
Well, I did.
Do you trust the martial capability of your soldiers to defend this castle if it is under attack?
Yes.
Then I say we still go speak to Lord Jorvin.
agreed.
We'll
Agreed.
come back to that
I'm
later.
trying to find Tomlin's voice to be slightly different, so it's less so similar to Scooch's.
Okay. You guys continue along your path. Jane, you managed to reach the window. It actually takes you a couple tries because the king is not quite so good at telling you which window it is. So you end up checking a couple rooms first. But
okay, under my breath as I'm doing it, I'm like, I hope that other monk isn't fucking watching this. And then
You're invisible, watching
I
what?
know, but he's quite good. I'm thinking he might be like level 10, 12-ish, and he knows stuff. So
You can train.
yeah.
Maybe he has see invisibility and it's actually useful for him.
Probably
Stop.
knows.
Stop.
Someone help Thomas. He's on fire.
I just want to see one invisible thing, one time.
you had your chance and you ruined it.
I know, I've had a couple chances, it feels like, and they just all slipped right by me.
You ruined it with luck.
If you cast See Invisibility now, you will see Jane doing this.
All right, but you enter the king's quarters. It is a very lavish room.
Okay. I would like to search as thoroughly as I need to. I'm going to shut the door, arcane lock it. So
Okay.
let's take that one and bosh. And then I'm going to. I'm almost out of charges. I've got one more.
Do they
Before it,
replenish?
yeah, it does, yeah. But
I'm just amused how much use you got out of this item.
I love. The second I saw it, I was like, I'm going to use this so much. I was always hoping I'd get a stealth mission, and I was going to knock people out, shove them in the room, lock it, and just have them never be found again. So that's locked, and now I'm going to take as much time as I need to like search very thoroughly, predominantly for the stone, but also anything else I think might be useful. I don't know, enchanted daggers, super cool stuff, plans of the castle, like anything that he might be keeping.
Okay.
I'm not going
Make
to
your
roll
investigation check.
fast, but yeah. Can I have Fiona assist me because my dice rolls have been letting me down today?
I don't know. Zach?
Can the weasel exist?
Yes, it can take the help action to help you do whatever you need to do.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Is that an advantage or a lower DC?
That's advantage.
Advantage.
Okay.
Cool.
Thank sweet Jesus. You came through big. So that is 20, dirty 20. No, dirty 20. No. 21.
Okay. You are
Find
able
a
to
room.
find the stone. There are actually not that many like important plans or papers. It looks very much like the desk or whatnot has not been used very much recently. There is the official signet of Moss there, but it is also looking predominantly unused lately.
I'm going to take that. And I'll tell him I've done it later, but that could be useful.
Okay.
I'm thinking for sending spy correspondence, etc., like espionage purposes, having the king's signet might be just so powerful. So I'm going to whip that and stick it in my pocket. Remind me I have it, because I'm going to tell him, don't worry. Also, while I'm there, is there any correspondence at all from anything that hasn't made it, it's been unopened, or...
Nope. It looks very, very much cleaned out. It almost looks like like the office portion of it looks almost completely unused. There are still papers, but it very clearly has been not touched.
Okay. So, twofold plan. I'm going to... How high up am I now?
So you're on the 4th floor?
Yeah. Okay. So, how far is that in feet? Just so I know I don't die if I fall again.
It'd be roughly a 30, 35-foot drop coming out of the window.
I've got that then. Yeah, I've got that. I can slow fall it. And also, my cape gives me advantage against falling.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm pretty certain that if I fall, we can...
Well, it's to avoid falling. It's because
Yeah.
it tries to catch you.
Yeah. But if I fail, if I fuck up my roll for climbing and I fall, is there a way that we can roll so I don't just like fall?
Yeah. It will help you to try and catch yourself.
Okay, right. So what I'm going to do is take stone, put it in my pocket. I'm going to head up to the roof of the castle where I would like to have the invisibility spell broken so I can be seen by my monk friend, because he can't see me right now. I'm assuming.
I don't know if that's up to you.
Yeah, the only way to break it would be to cast a spell or make an attack.
Okay,
here's
easy,
what I was
I'll
gonna
punch
say,
the table.
As soon as we get to Lord Jordan's chambers, I was gonna check in by looking through Fiona's eyes. So if you tell Fiona, hey, I want to be visible again, you may have to wait a little bit until I check in, but then I could drop concentration.
Is there any guards out in the corridor?
Would you like to look?
Yes.
Okay. You open the door. There is a guard outside.
Okay. How well armored are the guards in here? I'm asking, are they like the profile of a guard? I know this is meta, but are they like...
He's wearing chainmail. He has a shield and a spear.
I'm so sorry, friend.
Oh God. The whole guard is going to be after you.
I was just going to knock his ass out, drag him in that room, and then go upstairs.
Well, as soon as you attack, you're visible.
That's what I mean. I just want to be visible. Oh, fuck it. No, rather than int, I'm going to shut the door, disappoint Colin, do my climbing maneuver, tell Fiona that I would like to be visible, and then wait to be... can I cast something that would... You know what would look very out of place? If I was to cast my drow magic darkness that is native to me and doesn't cost me anything on the roof, like it'd be very obvious because there's this big sphere of ominous darkness that looks wrong.
That would break the invisibility. That is casting a spell.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go up to the roof and then I'm going to cast darkness in a spot. Like it's like kind of like not up to. I'm not gonna like silhouette myself on the roof just so like snipers and stuff can't see me. But just below that, I'm gonna cast this big sphere of darkness, and then I'm gonna sit next to it.
Okay. You go up to the roof. You cast your sphere. Your invisibility disappears.
Okay, perfect. I'm gonna basically wait for him to show. Hopefully he does. I'm also gonna grab the stone and do I just talk to it?
Yep.
Okay, I'm gonna grab the stone and say, "Forgive me for not understanding how these things work, but I'm hoping this does. Master Thar, it's Jane Cartros. We met a day or so ago in the academy. I'm the drow from Baldea. The king's in trouble."
Okay. You get a response back of the who? I don't know why you have this, but if the king is in trouble, that is of great concern. How has that come to pass?
So I say, the king himself bade me get this from his quarters. He is safe with us for now, alongside Lord Shan. There is a cult in royalty.
He goes, there's a cult? That I'm not sure what to say about that.
Have you heard anything of the followers of the Drowned One?
How many uses does this thing get?
Oh, it's a stone. It's back and forth. The thing that needs to be kept in mind is sending has a word limit.
Yeah,
so
I'm trying to keep the messages brief.
That's why I'm secretly counting Sam's words over here, and
I
not
can
all of them are getting through.
Okay.
there's-
Don't tell me how many it is because I don't know. So I think it's
I'm
more
aware.
fun.
I'm
Yeah.
a good time. I am familiar with them. Is that present at this time in the palace?
Yes. They currently are in charge of Moss.
I feel I would have heard from my companions Slane and Plucros if that was the case.
I'm gonna say, I just deceived Slane. Elias is dead.
Make a persuasion check.
It's fucking terrible, so he doesn't believe me. It's a 4.
Oh,
I will consult with them and I will get back to you.
I'm gonna send a message saying, "Be fast, or all is lost."
And meanwhile, as you guys make your way down the hall and reach what Tywin directs you to as Lord Jorvin's quarters, Scooch, you suddenly notice that you don't need to maintain your spell anymore. You've been suddenly focusing while traveling, and it's like, oh.
As soon as I feel invisibility drop, I would check in
Okay.
on Fiona. Just like move on to Tumulus' shoulder and like
Did
have
you
that
have
bag
anything-
being like feed.
Did you have anything you wanted me to ask him? Because you can tell me. No, you're not packed in the chain. Okay, sorry. Never mind.
Nope, can't speak to my familiar. But I will communicate to the rest of the party. Jane has the stone. He's contacted Rubik Thar. So like we're making progress.
Okay. So you reach the quarters.
I'm gonna knock.
Okay. You knock. There's no response.
oh shit. Well, the other place could have been the armory.
Well, we should try again. Hello,
Is there a lock on the door?
Sir Jarvan. Hello.
So you knock again. You hear movement, but there's no response.
I'm gonna try the door handle.
It opens.
What? Pardon the intrusion. The door just seemed to open, and I'm just gonna walk in.
Okay.
I'll walk in behind him, close
how,
behind him.
how very Toddles. As you walk in, you see rather nice but mostly Spartan quarters. And sitting in one of the chairs is a figure of the one who you recall you met at the party, Lord Jorvin. Just seems to be sitting in the chair.
No
I'm
one
gonna
else
walk
around?
up to him and just cast Lesser
There's
Restoration.
no one else there.
Resi, resi.
Lessy Ressy indeed.
Okay. Make a Arcana check.
Dear God.
Can I help him with that?
Sure.
Does that mean
Since
we
he
get to
hasn't
do a roll, or
rolled
do I have
yet,
advantage?
sure.
Dear
You
God.
get advantage.
Come on, Daddy needs a new pair of. Wait, I need the Tomless dice for this. Don't let me down. Alright, we're looking at a 13.
Okay. You cast the spell and you watch kind of divine energy kind of seep into his body, and he kind of blinks his eyes a few times and then looks up at you and goes, "Who are you and what are you doing here?" And he very
Oh,
quickly
shit.
stands up looking very indignant.
Sorry for the intrusion, but Moss is in trouble. Is the king still with us?
The king is still with you, but you're the first one who entered the room.
Right. Yeah, the king is with
Behind
us.
him, right?
Yep.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
we're gonna-
Do you still look like Elias?
She sure does.
Yeah, I did, but I'm gonna turn back into myself.
Okay. So he kind of continues to look furious, sees you, and looks like he's going to turn on you. You transform, and he kind of takes half a step back and goes and so, "What is the meaning of this? What's going on?" And
I
then
know
he
this
stops.
is a lot to take in, but Moss is in trouble, and we need you to work on minimal information if that's okay. You were under a spell by the real Elias. He's dead. This is the real king. He's okay now. Can you come with us?
Please.
He goes, "Oh my god, what? But how? All right, where is my lady?"
About that.
She also seems to be a bit evil.
We are uncertain of the details at the moment. However, it does seem that either she has been also controlled or has some kind of there's something sinister afoot involving her.
What's the last thing you remember?
It's a good question.
He says, "Well, I had gone on patrol out to Dragon Scales, where I had encountered that man Elias, and he had told me that he was a rather informed individual and had valuable information for the king, and he provided a great deal of information about events going on up in Alania, and so I had felt that his information was indeed valid, and so agreed to escort him back here. And I only remember the first 2 days of our travel back.
Was Lady McCall with you then?
Is why, yes.
Lady McCall.
Hmm.
Fucking dead there.
Was she acting peculiar in any way?
No, I don't imagine she ever would.
And why is that?
He says, "Well, she is a dragon."
Fuck, I knew it!
You tend to act very peculiar anyway. Where might she be found?
Well, she is most likely in her chambers. They are towards the mountain.
Towards the mountain, like not in the castle.
Correct.
Thank
Well,
God.
she is a dragon. Perhaps we'll wait to go see Lady McCall.
I
Should
have
we
a
find
feeling that-
Lord Eddard?
We're not saying we're getting out of there.
Because I think that she is in her quarters, and she's in the castle. I don't think the dragon's here. I think this is an imposter who's ensorcelled him. But
Yeah, well, what do you
that's
do
my.
with the real dragon?
I mean, if she
You've
doesn't
heard
know
Kill
he's
him.
in trouble, I mean, the guy's like, if they've got really powerful magic going on, perhaps she's imprisoned, or I don't know what spells can hold a dragon. Hold
Well,
dragon.
if that's the case, then we wouldn't be able to find her anyway because her quarters are near the mountain, not in the
Yeah.
castle. So she
Yeah.
would have like a different quarters
Yeah.
that Jordan wouldn't know about.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Is
Um,
that, like, if she's in the castle, I think it's either it is a gold dragon, and that sucks, and she's also evil, which also sucks, or this is an imposter. I can't say any of this though because I'm on the roof trying to find an orc. Oh,
What? There's something that I think our characters have already been thinking of if she's an imposter or not.
Yeah.
Well, how long would it take to get to her quarters?
Is that not very long?
Well, it does seem we must approach her first, or the quarters, or maybe the real one. I'm not sure what's happening here, but there's a lot of confusion happening.
So what is your plan?
Well,
Basically, we need you to rally the troops of Moss against the evil troops of Moss to try and take back the castle.
I see.
more or less.
Well, I can make my way to the barracks and find those who would be loyal to His Majesty.
Well, the thing is, it seems the leaders of this brigade were, Mr. Elias, who is now dead, and, well, what's the dragon's name? I keep forgetting her name for some reason.
McCall.
McCall.
And also, well, Lady McCall. So, if it is an imposter, I feel like figuring out where the real Lady McCall is important, and if not, you being with us to have this discussion feels also useful.
So you wish us all to go meet with Macathaday?
Yes.
Is there a difference between Macathaday and McCall? I'm very confused by this.
Because I apologize for the names. She attempts to keep a low profile amongst the majority to allow her to move freely about the city.
But she's so golden.
Yeah, and she's also
That is
like
so true.
disgustingly attractive. And she's so disgustingly attractive as well. Like that failed.
Anyway, yes, I do believe we should all go together to see her.
I just looked at her and
Maybe-
started.
Maybe wait for Jane to meet back up with us. If we're going to confront a potentially evil dragon, I would like to have Jane the Dragon Slayer at our side.
This is true.
Pain the Dragon Slayer. Thomas seats.
He goes, "Oh, you travel with
Almost called him that.
a dragon slayer. That is quite a title."
Oh god.
Well, we all did combat with a dragon, but he did some particularly cool acrobatics, and there was a beheading involved. It was an evil dragon, don't worry. No offense to Lady McCall by any means, but,
These things
I'm a
happen.
dragon, and I'm kind of afraid. Things happen in the world, you know?
One thing leads to a different thing, as they say, and, death sometimes. Well, anyway, let's be off then.
And away we go.
Okay, so where are you actually headed? You're headed to.
Well, we want to wait for Jane. And so I think I'll look through the eyes of Fiona and kind of just like gesture like follow me,
Just tugging out his pants, like, eh.
But like, I want to wait until Jane finishes his business, and then like have Fiona like guide him back to us.
I was gonna say something about that because I've got an idea of how we do it, but I'll see if my friend shows up first. Because also, in order to super anger him and get his attention, I've discarded my noble clothes, so I look like a member of the Ebon Shroud up on
Oh,
the
that's
roof.
bold.
Yeah.
Okay.
7,000 arrows just fly at Jane and
Yeah.
he dies.
A rain of
Yeah.
arrows.
And I'm gonna catch every one of them because I'm a monk. So
Well,
No one does arrive at your rooftop vigil.
I don't hear anything.
Nope.
Well,
You know, it's
I
possible
tried.
this dude's got his own life.
No.
Yeah,
He's an
he's
NPC.
also-
He comes when we need him.
yeah. I mean, he's been following me the entire time. I don't really know how I could contact him, other than okay. I'm gonna try one last thing. I'm gonna cast dancing lights into the air. They are going to be. Can I make them red because it's part of our trim?
The suspense is
Oh, I'm gonna combine all 4 lights. Oh, it says a vaguely humanoid form. Am I allowed to change the shape of it slightly?
I mean, depending on what you're trying to make, I guess.
Trying to make a jagged sword in a stone and hold it up in the air.
Okay.
Does anyone come to help
Some
or
time
investigate?
passes. No one arrives.
Dismiss it. Fine, he's not coming. So I go down back into the king's room,
Okay.
out the way I came.
Mhm.
Oh no, I'm still stealthy because of Pass Without Trace, right? But I'm not invisible.
You will have to roll again.
But it's a
is
plus
that
10.
trace concentration? I don't think it is, but
No, I don't think it is. Oh, it is, yeah. It lasts for an hour.
okay. You're
Um,
good.
Okay. Do you want me to roll again or?
Yeah, you'll need to do stealth check because you've done a bunch of stuff, so you're becoming stealthy once again.
Okay.
You still will get the plus 10.
It's a 29,
Okay.
and I'm gonna sneak back down to the throne room that I was in,
Okay.
where I will put Fiona on the floor and then say to her, "Scooch, lead me the way you took," and I'm gonna follow her.
Yeah, and she should be able to guide him to where we are, unless Scooch is just bad with directions.
well,
Okay. If it was too complicated a trip, she is able to guide. So you're just walking through the palace in your black garb?
Yeah, I would keep my clothes in my backpack, but I'm just gonna sneak as best I can. Like, if that means I have to do like, Splinter Cell, like split jumps on the walls, or like, backflip over shit or whatever. Like, I'm like full on Sam Fisher in this, but yeah, I'm dressed like an Ebon Shroud monk now.
Okay.
Because I'm gonna provoke these motherfuckers into attacking me, and then I'm gonna kill every single one of them. Let's go.
Oh no.
With your stealth
Dead.
with your stealth roll, you are able to make the trip fairly uneventfully. You do see a number of confused servants and guards at this weasel in the hallway.
Always.
So,
People are like, "What the
Fiona's
fuck?
about to get killed
Was
for the
that a
second
weasel?"
time this campaign.
No.
Oh no.
For Fiona.
I love this
I'm
weasel.
not a pest, I swear.
But you are able to make your way back and meet up back up in the party.
okay.
You're now growing entourage here.
We got a whole gang right now.
Yep.
Gang, gang.
I
This is like
walk
Atmos.
through the door. I walk through the door and say, "Well, doesn't seem to be there. So that wasn't working. However, I do have this. We can contact Lord Sham at any time. He said he'd corroborate his story with, oh, and I turn to Anaya and say, the mage that we, I would say, masterfully deceived, he sent him here to find news of what was going on. I hope that Philo's eccentricities keyed him into something was wrong, because I wouldn't have seen me doing a terrible jig and thought that was fine. But I assume the mages will be late to the party.
Should we attempt to find Master Slay?
Better idea. Where's the king?
He's in the room.
I grab his hand. Don't care he's a king. I'm grabbing his hand. I've got the sending stone straight in his hand. Close his hand over it and say, "Actually, my lord, perhaps it's best you speak to him rather than a monk such as myself."
He goes, oh, yes, of course. He takes the stone and it's like, Master Thor,
He's like,
I was reaching out to follow up a message you should have received. And there's what it was. And you see him kind of like nod quietly. He goes, understood. I believe that your information may not be entirely accurate. I do believe your companions may be compromised.
Uh-oh.
The king
No
says that to
problem.
us.
Well, he's saying that
To the stone.
just out loud. He's holding the stone, and he just says that out loud. There's another pause. And he goes, I'm glad I can trust in your loyalty and devotion. I understand it will take time. Please do your best.
Also, quickly, I'm also going to produce the royal signet from my pocket and show him and say, do forgive me, not a common petty theft. I found this in your room as I was doing a quick search. I believe having the signet of the king might be useful for espionage and communications in this time. I'm happy to hand it back to you if you take offense, but otherwise I believe its uses could be greater than the sentimental value.
As long as you will return it, you may hold on to it for now. I don't have anywhere to put it.
Oh, of course. You will have it as soon as this business is concluded. Remind me. Straight back to you. No questions asked.
Just ordering a king to do.
Because Jane is also dyspraxic and he forgets things. So
Your Majesty, whomst did you refer to being compromised?
Apparently after the message that he received from Jane, he made contact with the mages Slain Gimro and Lucros Callum, who generally operate within the city. They are people that I have often confided and spoken with on matters of state. They informed him that there was nothing awry and that there was no such cult presence within the city, and that it was obviously a sham message that he had received. So,
I see.
I'm willing to bet they don't think it was a sham.
Looks like you're going to have to put your mage-slaying skills to the test, Jane.
funny you say that, Scooch, because that was my next line.
Didn't mean to steal your thunder.
And then I draw my sword and do a super cool
from Jay.
Yeah,
From
yeah.
Jay in the air.
Yeah, I draw my sword and do a super cool flare, and then put the blade against the edge of the scabbard, draw it up and in, and just go. I just had to do something cool. It was gonna be good. It was gonna be good. You're right, Scooch. I like how you're thinking.
So, where to next with the five of you and Lord Tywin and Fiona and the King and Lord Jorvin?
Shall
Given
we
that I...
confront a potentially evil dragon?
Oh wait, that's the plan. Oh, I've killed one of those before. This is easy. Let's go.
Oh dear God.
I am, after all, Jane the Dragon Slayer, and I'm going to look at the Dragon Rider. I don't even know you guys have had a conversation, so I'm going to see if he wants to kill me for that.
All right. Then you all make your way. You exit the palace. You follow a road alongside, which leads farther up the mountainside, where there's a very large building that has been erected. Seems to be made out of marble. There's a very large, ornate door to the front of it that is engraved with symbols of dragons upon it. And Lord Jorvin goes, well, this is the place.
It seems that you going first makes the most sense.
Well, actually, potentially Jorvin was under her spell. Would it give us away if Jorvin seemed to be acting of his own volition?
Well, I feel like if she is here and he is supposed to be under her control, the chick is going to be up.
Fair enough. Lord Jorvin,
So-
after you.
I believe we should draw her out into the immediate vicinity. I'm also going to move where the doorway is. If it looks like there's an opening that is like person size.
That is a terrible idea, as she might be able to fly, and none of us can do that.
Well,
That was
well,
one of
okay,
those things. How
okay.
big is this building that we're entering? Could she fly inside the building?
Probably not. It's pretty big, so even if she could fly,
Alright.
she would only get minimal height.
Okay.
You gather that's probably the equivalent of about 3 stories tall.
Does
Okay, that's
anyone
fine.
know the dragon rend shout?
What?
No, but I did once go Fusroda, and it was so loud that a can fell off my table. I was so happy.
Are you a dragonborn?
I could well be.
He's not scaly enough.
Excuse me, I have to go meet the Greybeards and find my destiny.
For the record, this is a total side note. There is a spell in D&D that is dragon rend. It's
Oh.
called Earthbind. Just want
Very
to put that
good.
out there. It is a spell that you can take.
I want it. Well, okay, fine. So what we should do is open the door, move inside, but I'm staying 45... No, I'm not. I need to be... Sorry.
You're our frontliner, man.
Yeah, no, but I'm going to explain. I am going to keep my line of sight directly open to a space where I think a potentially powerful spellcaster might stand, and I'm going to prepare an action. If it looks like she's casting a spell, you're going to let me know. And that's all I'm saying.
We're not in combat yet.
No, I know, but we could be.
In you go then.
After you?
Oh, actually, no, I'm just going to stand next to him then, and I'm going to put my hand on my sword handle, and I'm going to be ready to stunning strike this bitch as if she's a threat. So I'm going to stand literally directly next to him and just be like, ready to fucking rumble.
Okay. So he presses open the doors, takes rather a lot of effort to push them open as they swing wide, revealing a large open chamber with pillars. You can see there are several chairs, and on the far wall there's kind of like a large like cushioned dais that is much larger than anything for a person. Standing over there at the moment is the Lady McCall that you saw before, still in her dress, and she kind of peers over and goes, "Oh, my dear Lord Jorvin, why Why are you disturbing me here? And who have you brought? He goes, I have heard that perhaps you are not the one that I once knew. And so I would have you answer these accusations. He goes, oh. Well, then who would I be? And looks and goes, Are all of you the ones that have put this silly notion in his head?
Yeah, bitch.
If you would call the truth a silly notion, then perhaps you are exactly the villain we think you to be.
As I see. Well, if you would impede my progress, then pests will be pests. At which point her form shifts and grows and grows, changing into the form of a gold dragon. However, you notice that tendrils of inky black energy seem to seep off of her form.
No,
Oh, she's
we're
Shadow
so
Dragon Vision.
dead. Oh, we're so
No.
dead.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Noted. I left the king and the princess outside.
Okay. We'll put them outside.
We got a map.
Yep.
We got a map.
Get
We got a map.
yes.
Map.
Just have to make the necessary adjustments. Let me set it up for the viewers at home first, because it's on
Yeah.
delay.
We go and get breath weapons. Let's go.
Woo! I love standing in a cone.
I don't.
I love
Well,
standing in a
it's-
cone.
We're level 6. How strong is this dragon? I'm so afraid.
Definitely
I
a
have-
Gold Dragon. For
Yeah.
I have-
sure.
Gold dragons breathe fire?
I think so, yes.
Gold-
Or lightning.
Yeah,
No.
it's fire, I think.
Oh, fuck. She's big.
There's a
Which of
map.
you?
I don't want to be
She's
here.
big.
We're gonna need some high initiative rolls because we need to move before her so we don't get breathalyzed right off the gate.
Breath
Yeah, we
alive,
are
but
just
I'm-
in a cone. Like, we're just gonna die.
Like I said, I love standing in a cone.
Love doorways. Fantastic. Are we rolling initiative? Did you ask us to roll initiative?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I got an 8.
Come on, Tomalus dice.
One.
Oh, oh
no. They're all dead.
no. I saw your roll pop up. I'm like, oh no.
That's a 22.
Well, Jane might live.
Please.
Okay.
I have fire resistance. I'll be fine.
All right. I've got a bunch of initiatives to roll.
We
Sure
need
do.
a bunch.
The king, Jarvan,
All-
that other
all
guy.
we have
Jin.
Oh, yeah. I forgot
Yeah,
that
we
we have a
have help
bunch of.
with us.
I forgot we have so many NPCs.
We got a lot of help
I'm
with us. We
really-
also have 2 people we need to keep alive. So
I'm really, really hoping Jarvan is a purple dragon knight so that he can, like, heal us a little. Like, just give us something.
I really hope he's like a level 20 along with Lord Shan. Suddenly both of them are level 20 and just obliterate this thing for us and do a
Just
lot
must
of
have,
damage.
Like 8 attacks.
Yeah.
Like,
He's like, ah. I'm like, oh, he's going off. Okay.
Lord Shan has some tasty spells. I've seen his character sheet. He is
He
does
quite a
have some good
spellcaster.
Are they
He is
good
a
for killing
spellcaster.
dragons?
I mean, he knows Fireball, which is useless here, but never mind.
but he also
Uh,
knows Cone of Cold. But he's
Yeah.
used that already.
No, he hasn't.
He did take a short rest, and he is a
He has not
warlock.
used it. The
Oh
only
no,
thing
he
he
did
cast,
use that's right.
He's
the
not
only
a
thing he
warlock.
cast was mage armor, and you stopped him. All right. So Jane, initiative.
23.
Tomalus,
9.
Anaya.
Meg.
Oh,
You
you
are-
muted, Meg.
Muted
I
or
sat on it. 15.
okay. Scooch.
1.
Nice. Anastasia.
8. I have fire resistance. I'll be okay.
So, starting us off will be Jane.
Jane, stun her, Jane.
Stunning the dragon, stunning the dragon.
Get up that bitch and go beat, bitch.
Okay, so my movement speed is 45. When did that happen? A month? Quick. Okay.
Yeah, monks are fast.
Alright, so I will draw my sword and say, draw my sword and I shout at her in Infernal as I draw my sword and do the cool and then start to dash and I say, you will meet the end all of your kind have in my presence. And then
Jane, the
I
dragon
will,
slayer.
yeah, I'm leaning into it. And then I am going to strike her with Solace the Shadow Blade. For a 24.
Okay.
Stunning strike.
It's a con save.
Yep. She's going to be really good at those.
That's going to be a 22.
Yeah, that does it. So she takes...
Oh no.
She's not getting stunned.
Yeah.
She takes... 11 damage, one of which is, necrotic. And then she takes another attack with, yeah, that missed, a 12. No,
Miss.
more than that. 13.
Still miss.
Yeah, thought so. And I haven't used key, so...
You
I've
used
been
one.
using key fuel.
Guys.
Oh, I did, didn't I?
Right. Try to stun.
Okay, I can make 3 attacks because I've got key fueled strike that you gave me on the Tasha's thing that I've been doing wrong. So I'm going to use my sword again with key fueled attack, and that is, yeah, even less. Never mind. As a
Can't.
bonus action, what are these here? Are these solid?
I think they're carpets.
Those are carpets.
Okay. Is there any cover in the room or anything I can hide behind?
So these are braziers.
So those,
These
is
are
there anywhere that looks
chairs.
particularly dim?
These are big. Most of the room is actually fairly dim. You notice most of the braziers are not lit. It's not dark in here, but it's not very bright in here either.
Okay. As I've taken a second opportunity.
Just stay there. We'll be fine.
Yeah, okay, fine. I was going to dash out and then dart back in, but I'm not going to do that. Then I'll stay there. Tomless, come join me, please, sir.
Well, I got a 7, so I'll be there soon. But it'll be a minute or a 9.
All right. Well,
So you are done, Jane?
yeah, I mean that's my action bonus action. I've
You
got
know the way
reactions
he
when
said
needed, but
that?
yeah, that's
You
it.
know she's going next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is going next.
Damn it!
We're all dead.
It was a good run, guys.
Wait, no, I can get out. I'm Shroud of Air and Darkness.
Well, 2 of us get to live.
I might.
The rest
First
good to
thing
die.
she's going to do, she's going to just walk forward a little bit.
No,
I don't like it.
I didn't like that. I hate that a lot.
I need...
We're all.
Get the fuck away from me.
Oh, I see a cone. Guys,
No!
Can she take one step?
Oh! Is the
Oh, I
cone
think
too-
you're going to be just at range. I don't think she can do it.
she's
Yeah.
slow. Big slow bitch.
We get to live to die another day. Let's go.
Everybody scatter.
Run.
So the first thing she's going to do is I need everyone in the room to make a wisdom saving throw.
Everyone
That-
down at the
Yeah,
bottom
sure.
gets a +3.
The plus
Ex-
So
everyone
everyone
but
who's
Jane.
not Jane.
Everyone who is not Jane gets a +3 to that, including the NPCs.
16.
17.
Hold on, I haven't rolled mine yet.
22.
Ooh, that
Is she
Oh,
charming?
very
Is she
good.
charming me?
28
No.
for
She
me,
is not charming you.
Oh wait,
22.
I have a +2.
and a +3.
Is that
Yeah,
already added in?
Yeah. If you roll on D&D Beyond, it already gets added in.
I'm gonna play some Street Fighter music. I'm gonna kick this bitch's ass. I don't care what anyone's saying. I'm not dying today.
So what were the saves?
29.
17.
22.
10.
Okay. Scooch, Anaya, what did you get, Sam?
16.
Okay, and Jane, you're all frightened.
The one time I needed to make an attack roll, and I have disadvantage.
Yep.
Ooh, you hate to see it, Bob.
Let's see. Tywin is also frightened, as is Jorvin.
Dang it,
Oh,
Jorvin!
last-
Who knows?
A minute, but you can test at the end of every one of your turns.
Okay.
As is the king, as is Fiona, even though they're standing outside.
So it's just me and Tomless.
And
Yeah.
Jane.
No, just me and you that
Jane
aren't
didn't-
afraid.
Oh yeah, only you two are not afraid. Yes, yes.
Frick.
I mean, makes sense, to be honest.
But so then she's gonna go ahead, and since they're out of range of the breath weapon, she's just gonna attack Jane.
Oh,
Jane.
oh no, no,
Nice
no.
knowing you.
It was nice
not
having
dead.
a monk in the party for a while.
I'm super dead.
So first she comes lunging in with a bite with a 15 to hit.
That doesn't make it.
Great news.
Then she comes in with 2 claws, getting an 18 and a 13.
Neither of those hit.
Oh, good news.
Ooh.
And literally, because that was so close, one of the claws comes in, and I dodge, and it's like it's about to hit me straight in the nuts, and Kevin just yanks me by my neck. And you see me like dodge and just that away, and get choked by my cape as it pulls me out of the way. And then just quickly,
What was Kevin? I thought we got rid of the dog. I was
Yeah.
like, did the dog come back just to save
and then just quickly, because I've seen that there was a massive claw going to my nuts, I like subtly like move my hand to like bro fist the cape, and it just goes like.
Good
This is
looking
a cat people party.
So next up is Tywin. Tywin is frightened, so he is not allowed to move closer. What he's gonna opt to do then is he is going to cast haste on Tumulus.
Oh!
Oh yeah, boy.
And is then going to run and hide behind that statue.
He's doing the actual WoW competitive thing where it's like I'm buff and fucking protect me.
And he will remain afraid. Next up is Anaya.
Okay, so because I'm afraid you said I can't move closer.
Right, you cannot move closer, and any attack rolls will have disadvantage.
Alright, y'all, I think this is a hex matchup. This isn't a spirit shroud type day.
This is probably a hex situation for sure.
Yeah.
You could probably do both. I don't know how that
Close enough
works.
to a dragon for spirit shroud.
Hex him on his constitution.
What?
If you hex him on constitution, I can stun him, probably.
That will help me as well. So that seems like a good idea.
If you make her
Oh,
have
yeah,
disadvantage
she's
on
got
Constitution,
invisibility.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's why hex is a badass spell. Yeah.
Yeah, I can make the disadvantage on con. So I'm gonna hex the dragon.
yes, good.
I'm useful. And then I'm gonna move out the fucking way.
It's a good idea.
Like get behind this pillar.
Right? And then you may make another wisdom saving throw to see if you stop being
You don't
afraid.
get the +3 from me anymore. You ran out of my range.
But
Hey Olivia, is there any chance that you can
11.
like guiding
You are still
the
afraid.
dragon?
I think
Probably.
I am. Can I BRB 1 second? I preheated the oven. I want to put my potato fries in.
Sure. I mean, if you're willing to wait just a moment, we're just going to finish out this one pass through, and then we're going to take our break. 'Cause we're
Oh,
coming
okay,
up on
yeah, let's do
10
that.
o'clock,
Let's do
yeah.
that.
So next up is going to be Fiona, who is just going to cower because
Maybe
she's
back
afraid.
away a little bit.
Okay.
There you go. You get out of the exact doorway. It's not a bad idea.
Next up is the king, who will do the same
Maybe do the
thing.
same.
And both of them have to check to see are they still afraid. They're very much still afraid.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Oh, that's
That DC's
All right,
real high.
I'm gonna look back toward my sister and just give a faint smile as I run into the combat with the dragon. Is here advantage or is
No,
here
you
advantage?
broke my heart.
that spot would be advantage. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna and then if I know how haste works correctly, I will get 3 attacks on this thing? Or
Yes,
4?
you'll get 1 extra attack.
Okay. I'm just gonna roll all those dice at the same time. Not great weapon mastering this thing. Just because
Why not?
it just feels like maybe its AC is kind of high. I don't know why I think that, but who knows? Holy crap! Good news as well. We got a 17, a 20.
The 17 is the total, so it's the 17 to hit.
Yeah, 17 to
Yeah.
hit.
That misses.
Okay, well then only one of them hit because 20 is the highest of them all. dirty 20.
All right, 20 definitely hits. What was the third one?
9 plus 6, 15.
Okay, yeah, so only the 20 hits.
Woo! Oh.
Uh-oh.
And then I'm going to put a smite into this. Well, maybe. Wait, I have advantage. Right. Okay, I'm gonna roll all of those again.
Why do you have advantage? Oh, yeah,
Because I-
flanking. Yeah.
Flanking,
And you're not afraid.
and I am not afraid. I got another 20, and that is still the highest of those
Okay.
rolls. So I have 2 hits.
Okay.
So 2d10. I think I might put 1 smite into this because I'm running out of spell slots, and I'll save 1 more if I happen to crit. Ooh. Nah, it's fine. It's 2d10 plus 2d8.
That DC is high. 16 is a good save, and I'm frightened. Good God.
Uh-huh. Just got that, huh?
6. 25 points of damage total.
Okay.
I live my life in a constant
Anything else?
fear.
That is my whole. Actually, as my bonus action, should have done this first, but I will look up at the dragon and say, I shall steal this title from Jane, and I will become the Dragon Slayer. As I. Wait, I don't have this, I don't think. My vow of heroism?
You used it last time.
I do
on
believe I
Elias,
used it last time, yes.
And you
so
go
never mind.
get back to a long rest.
Rip, never mind. I'll just do that. My attacks. I'll still say that, but.
Okay. Anastasia.
Okay.
Oh, Andrew, at the end of my turn, do I check for scared or at the start of my next one?
It'll be at the end of your next turn because you went before her, so you got scared. after your turn.
I get Channel Divinity back on short rests. So
Oh,
I will
okay.
know if heroism then.
Okay.
I'm going to do the thing. The thing. Where's the thing? What thing am I looking for? Guiding bolt.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt and try and hit this motherfucking dragon. Does a 24 hit?
24 does hit.
Yay!
Heck yes.
for 15 damage, and the next person who attacks her has advantage. So,
Okay.
unless it's me or Tomless, they have a regular roll.
Next up is Lord Jordan.
Well,
I mean, unless Scooch wants to tell him not to go in and steal that guiding bolt proc.
Is he frightened?
He is frightened.
I mean, it makes sense to have him use it, but that's gonna make me roll with disadvantage.
it's the way,
Yes,
it's the way
he
it
should
goes.
attack the dragon.
He can't approach the
Fine.
dragon.
Oh wait, I need to
That's
move.
right.
Can
He
he
is
get to the
frightened.
dragon?
He cannot approach because he is frightened.
Oh yeah.
I need to move
Suck it,
also.
Lord Jordan.
So yeah, so he's just gonna be stuck there, trying to steal his nerve.
I
Does
imagine
he?
it's not an awful lot for him to take in.
He does not steal his nerve. Oof. Man, rolls over here are rough today. Oh man.
I mean,
Our backup sucks.
This
I
is
mean,
like
on all accounts, you have to understand, the rolls to hit Jane all missed.
and it shouldn't have.
Well, that's good news.
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy that I get advantage now, but I'm also sad that Lord Jordan isn't able to help us because that's real bad for us.
Hey, your turn, Scooch.
Okay, so Scooch is frightened by this dragon supremely, and he begins to like take a couple steps back, like trying to sneak outside the door. But then he sees Anastasia like cast guiding bolt, basically saying like, "Doors wide open, take your shot." And so he's gonna pull out his dagger of the War Mage, and he's also gonna look at that, and he's gonna say, I cannot fail my friends now. And then he's gonna look straight into the dragon's eyes and say, "You will not hurt my friends." And he's gonna point the dagger at the dragon, and he is going to say, "Infirmitatum," and cast Ray of Enfeeblement at the dragon. And that is an attack roll on my part. Dadgummit. 17?
Will not hit.
No!
Oh no!
Oh
My advantage.
Anything else, Scooch?
That's all I got. That's all I can do.
no!
Okay.
I was hoping that would work.
That brings the top of the order, so we're going to use this opportunity to take a oddly timed break
I hate it.
to allow people to go deal with their oven, get snacks, and simply strategize for the next 15 minutes. And then we will be back.
Potato fry.
Frick.
Ew. Well, we are back. I believe.
By the way, I rolled my wisdom save for
Oh, yeah.
frightened, and I got a 17. I don't know what
You
that
are still
means, but-
frightened.
Oh my lord. I don't think it's possible for me to not be frightened of this thing.
Yeah, it's so it could be that sheet that I just saw. It's like a 23, in which case this is a nightmare.
If it's a
But-
23, I probably could, but I'd have to roll really high.
But we are at the top of the order with Jane.
All right, so we're going to enact the plan we had before. So without advantage, I attack with my sword for a 15 plus 8. So whatever the fuck that is. I don't know.
23, that will hit.
It hits. Okay, and where's my d10s and my d8? Good. Right, 6 necrotic damage, 9 slashing damage plus 5, so 14 slashing.
Okay.
Stunning strike with disadvantage
Why is she at disadvantage?
because she's hexed, so whatever hex does.
Oh,
Yeah, I said con.
gotcha. That will be a 15.
Need to beat.
Ooh, that is a bummer.
How effective are these hits looking on the dragon?
I mean, she's taking damage.
19 to hit.
19 will hit.
Alright, no d8 this time. Oh, good god. Sam, calm down. That's another 14 slashing.
Okay.
A stunning strike. With disadvantage.
That will be a 16.
Well, key fuel attack. Nope, never mind. So now I will move here. Is that within range of the paladin's aura? Actually, I'll move here. That's within range of the paladin's aura, right?
You will not be able to make that move because that technically involves you moving closer.
Okay, I have one quick question for
What
haste.
if I move like
I'm so sorry to just cut it off right now, but haste gives me an extra action.
Yeah, but it doesn't give you. It does not give you the 2 extra attacks for the attack action. It does not bump you up to 4 attacks. It gives you an extra action which can be used to make the attack action, not your multi-attack action.
Right, it specifically says if you use your extra action to attack, you only get 1 attack.
Huh. Okay.
But it does mean you could like make 2 attacks and lay on hands, or
Right.
however.
I was just
Alright,
curious.
well, in which case, I'm gonna have to move here.
You've only attacked her once. Attack her more times.
No, I've attacked her 3 times, fully 3 times.
Yep. Alan.
Oof.
And I'm almost out of key, so am I able to move here? Is that towards her?
That's still kind of moving towards her because you are making a move that is putting you in her
Alright,
direction.
I'm eating an attack of opportunity. Go on, roll it.
Wait, where are you moving?
10 feet away from you, I can't move near to you. I need your...
Okay. Right. However, in the position you are, you get normal attacks. If you do this and you fail, you will never attack her.
Yeah,
Is
I
it
can
better-
just move back. I can just move
No,
back.
you can't
but I
move
need-
closer to her. So you couldn't move back. If you move here, you are not attacking her until you are not frightened again. Right? If you
Yeah.
keep attacking her normal attacks,
Yeah.
best case scenario.
Colin Eaglehoff is one of the wisest men I know, and he would absolutely end this situation in order to get the best possible situation.
Oh
in the
dear
end.
God.
I'm rolling the dice and I'm gambling. Hit me.
Okay. She will take that attack of opportunity. That will be a 22 to hit.
Nah. Yeah, of course it does.
I'm going to use my what's it called? projected ward to absorb some of this damage.
Okay, it will be 14 piercing damage.
Then Jane doesn't take any damage.
Okay. So
Okay.
as you move away, the mouth comes down and snaps at you and kind of stops short as it hits invisible magical wards that suddenly appear around you.
And no one can hear it, but underneath the or see it, but underneath the mask, I just go, fuck me.
And you just got a nice long look down the gullet, and nothing happened.
And I'm scared, so right. And then it's a wisdom save, right?
Yep.
Okay, well that's a dirty 20.
You are no longer frightened.
Oh, thank God.
Fuck. Okay, good. I'm glad that paid off. Now it's time for that bitch to suffer.
It is her turn now. So the first thing that's gonna happen
Breath weapon.
is, well, this is not her action. I will say that this is a spell.
I don't have anything to do, so it's up to Scoop. He doesn't have a spell slot for it.
Yeah, I don't think he has any more
Oh
spells.
wait,
left.
she's casting a spell?
Yeah, it's
Um,
not her action, but this is essentially casting a spell. So if you
I
would like to
mean,
do
I'm
something about
gonna
it,
leave this up
may.
to you guys. Do we want a counter spell or do we want a slow? Because I can only do one.
I think we
A
want
slow.
to counterspell. I want to
No.
counterspell. Everything this bitch does is evil.
Right. However, a slow debilitates her for the rest of the combat.
If it
Counterspell
happens.
debilitates her currently.
If it happens, all of her saves are fucking awesome.
He's not wrong.
Also-
I have a DC of 15 on my stuff. I have blown my entire resource pool attempting to get anything to stick on her, and it's not happening. And she's at, might I just remind you, disadvantage.
But also, depending on how powerful this spell is, the counter spell still might not work.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot versus just eating a spell and then wasting a spell slot on something that she's gonna resist.
Can I
It's-
try and identify what she's trying to cast?
Sure. Make an Arcana check.
How? Arcana check. Pretty good. 26.
26. It appears to be the spell Dark Star.
Excuse me, what? What is that?
Are you not familiar with that spell?
No.
So it creates a sphere centered on a point chosen within range. The sphere can have up to a 40-foot radius. Everything within the sphere is difficult terrain. Creatures with dark vision cannot see through it in its magical darkness. No sound can pass through the area. And any creature or object inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage, and all creatures inside it are deafened. And it also does a considerable amount of damage based on a con save.
Yeah, I mean,
Do you know? Does he know what level it is? Or is that not something?
Yeah, I think he just looked it up on D&D Beyond. So Zach.
I mean, I didn't look it up on D&D
Oh,
Beyond.
okay.
I did just to see what source it was from, which is apparently from Wildmount. If you want me to know the level, I can look it up and actually look at it. If you don't want me to know the level, I won't look.
It is a higher level spell.
I don't know that I'm going to be able to dispel this.
Ah!
I'm going to try. I'm going to try and dispel it.
Okay. So it's
Word.
roll and add your, what is it, your spell casting, right, for counterspell?
Yeah, it's
Arcana.
essentially an Arcana check for me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make sure that it's not something else. So equals 10 plus the spell's level, and I roll using my spellcasting ability. So okay,
Get like a 17 or above, just to be sure.
23.
It does not go off.
Whew.
Yes.
Worth it for
Buy
sure.
that man a beer.
I would, but he's so far away.
I don't have any more
So,
third level spells, though. I
so
don't
for
have any
con-
more second
for
level spells,
context,
though.
So for
Oh,
context,
God.
I don't need to put this down.
Oh.
Sweet Lord Jesus.
I'm
I-
a
Do you now
teenager.
see why? Do you now see why? And I apologise that I was screaming at you to counterspell that rather than we just fucking eat it.
I mean, it was kind of 50-50 for me. Like,
If slow goes off, well, since it went off, it's
Oh,
definitely
yeah.
worth it for what we did. But if slow goes off, also would be super. It's like one of those things. It's like
100% agree with
dice.
you. I absolutely agree with you. But at the same time, I feel like we've got more of a chance of Scooch just making a decent Arcana save than we have of her fucking up. I'm
Remember
trying
that
so
time?
hard.
Remember that time when we told everyone to scatter, and then you guys stayed exactly where you were after your turns? Because it's gonna come into fruition right now, and you guys are gonna eat
you're
it.
right
coming.
about that. I,
Not it.
to be fair, my turn ended right before the break, and I didn't think about it.
The clone just showed.
I mean, yeah.
I think it's that. It just won't let me turn it the way I want to turn it. Because
Farewell, Sir Scooch. You will
Like,
die a
I
hero.
don't want to say this, but like, realistically, all four of us can be in that cone. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
mad if that's how you want to play it. Like,
yeah, I do think I can get all four of you in there.
Fucking try it.
Does like the giant statue there give her any kind of protection or half cover? Some kind of...
Fire usually just goes around it like fireball can't
So-
be coming from.
What you all see is she kind of rears back, and as she exhales, black fire ushers forth from her mouth, bathing the area. I need all four of you to make dexterity saving throws.
you're so good at those.
Question.
Yes.
What will Shroud of Air and Darkness do for me here?
Nothing at all.
What will it do in regards to next?
Yeah, because I'm not sure, because it says +3 armor class against the attack, so that's not really AC, right?
Right, so you would still have taken the damage. We're allowed to relocate, but you would still be hit by the spell. Or the breath weapon rather.
Alright. What kind of saving her? Dex?
Dexterity.
Damn it. It like lingered on 19 and then flipped over to a 9. So 11.
Okay. Anastasia?
14.
Okay. Scooch?
I
No!
liked having a party. It was cool when we had a party.
It's okay. I still only take half damage.
We need to run. Like, we have. If we
This is
survive
not a-
this, we just have to get out.
This
Like,
is not a
we're
fight
not
where.
gonna win this fight.
Yeah.
And Jordan also rolled like ass, so no one's taking half damage. So that is going to be 22 fire damage.
Incorrect. I take half damage
It's
because I'm
Actually
resistant.
not that bad. This fight is
And if
winnable.
you're
We
resistant,
can
then
win
yeah,
this
you.
fight. We can win this fight. We just need to, like, I don't know, our dice need to not betray us.
Actually be able to hit her?
Yeah.
Well, the only damaging spell that I have is a fire spell, so I'm pretty much out of this fight at this point.
Are
Like-
Golden Dragons fire resistant?
They're probably fire immune. They're
Yeah, I think
beyond
that
resistant.
They're fire immune, because they're fire dragons for sure. Even though this one did, what type of damage did it just do to us?
Fire damage.
It
But
was
the,
fire damage.
but
Okay,
the fire was black.
right.
Because, I mean, I'm cheating here, but on the sheet I'm looking at, Andrew may not be using it, there's no mention that it's even resistant to fire, it just takes everything in the face. Oh, no, damage immunity's fire, but okay, cool. Didn't see that. I thought I was looking for resistances, no, it didn't happen.
She just takes everything. Oh, wait.
So next up
3d12 worth of Witch Bolt damage, guys.
Next up is Lord Sham, who, since he is afraid, is going to choose.
Real quick.
And he was hit by the fire, so his haste is still going.
Great news.
So, I forgot when I got damaged. Can I use my Rod of Retribution?
Sure.
It needs to make a dexterity. It's gonna pass. It needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
It's
Might
so
as well try.
nice.
Yeah.
Might as well try.
That will be a 17.
Yeah, it passed. Okay. Does it take half damage?
Oh, what's that?
Yes, it does take half damage.
Lit. How much damage?
2d10 lightning.
That's not bad. We take those. We take that damage.
We take
So
everything
the full
we can
damage
get.
is 13, so like 6 or 7, whichever your call.
Okay,
Sorry about that.
no problem. So Lord Shan, knowing that he is afraid, is going to cast Magic Missile at 5th level.
My
Cool.
man.
Those are just auto hits.
Do damage to this thing.
So that is going to be 7 darts. So that's 7d4 plus 7 damage.
Be the useful Shan.
I'm not gonna ever call him Lord Shat again.
I am.
So that would be 20 force damage as the bolts lash out and slam into the dragon.
Cool.
You will see if he is still afeared.
Feared.
He is still afeared. Anaya, you are up. You are
Alright.
also still afeared.
Yep. So, real quick maths from D&D people because I'm slow. 3d12 of witch bolt damage, but I think
Mhm.
that's only one hit, so then I'll only get 1d6 of hex. Or do I want to do, was it 2d10? for
But it does
every
also
turn?
allow you to do it. It also does allow you to do a guaranteed 1d12 every turn afterwards, so that you have to roll to hit.
So if I manage to hit it, then I'll be able to keep doing my d12 of damage.
And won't you be rolling on normal rolls because it's engaged, or is it too big to be engaged?
I'd let her roll normal.
Wish bolted.
You think witch bolt?
Some guaranteed damage would be nice.
If she hits it,
She will.
she's got this. You got
Oh no, the face.
You don't got this.
What was it?
What was the total?
Don't look at D&D Beyond, guys. Don't see my.
Oh, I'm going to
A
look
nat one.
No.
all around.
It's a nat one.
Million
Oh
faces,
no!
worn
Sister,
faces,
why?
worn faces.
At what point? At what point do we run? Like
Now.
Like I think we need to run.
Death before dishonor. I'm not leaving this room.
That is the.
Wait, then you will die alone.
Biana Tomalis.
I will take that.
I'm swinging. I still got haste and I'm swinging.
And
I'm
you have
actually gonna
advantage
move.
because you did your enmity, right?
Yeah. I'm actually gonna move over here.
The long way?
I think that's actually the short way. I counted. I think they're maybe exactly the
Thomas,
same.
quickly, if you're moving
Yes.
so that I can just move in,
Yes.
I'm gonna ask. But actually, that's cool. That's fine. But I'm really quick. Also, I'm gonna do something special next turn, hopefully. So.
Well, cool.
not
End up
visible.
here if you would.
Yeah, I will. Yes. Well,
Whatever the
I-
cool thing you do, finish there. That's all I
Okay.
ask.
Alright.
And then I'm just gonna attack this thing 3 times and hope for the best. Okay. Okay, so we got an 8, an 18. Does 18 hit?
18 does not hit.
And a 23.
23 will hit.
Okay, so it's either a 19 or 20 AC, but I'm just gonna hit it one time.
I think it's 19. I think I've rolled 19 and hit it. I don't remember.
those are pretty good rolls. So that's 6 plus 11 is 17. 17.
Okay. All right. Anything else?
I don't think I can do.
All right. Anastasia?
Okay. How close is she now? Is this spot occupied by dragon?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
occupied by dragon. But I can
She
stand.
is the 9 squares.
I can stand here. I'd have advantage because Tom lives.
Yes.
Do something
for it.
stupid. Let's do something stupid. Let's
Heck
do
yeah, we're
stupid
in it
shit.
now.
Let's do stupid shit. And I'm gonna
We are
reach,
in it.
I'm
now.
gonna reach out and I'm gonna do something stupid. Why is my
As you
thing
do.
loading? As one does. Sorry, my D&D Beyond's being stupid. He went, don't do the stupid. Now I'm gonna do the stupid.
As a side note, while she's figuring out the stupid, is it a bonus action to quaff a potion? Or
Yeah.
is that an action?
I'm okay with being a bonus action. As long as it is a
Cool.
potion you have on your person.
Cool. Just keep that in mind, people that just took a bunch of fire damage.
I'm gonna cast a level 3 inflict wounds.
Okay.
Sounds litty.
Stupid at all. Very not stupid indeed.
It is stupid when it rolls a 13.
Oh,
That
God.
will not hit. You try and reach out.
You have
Kind of
advantage?
spat it aside.
That was with advantage. It was a 4 and a 5.
It's not what we need. It's not what we're looking for right now.
Guys, what are these fucking rolls?
It's a good question. I have fear inside of me.
This is going to be a lame way to die if Dice Killer's not a dragon. I'm going to be.
uh,
I mean, the dragon will kill us, but it'll be the dice that gave it the knife.
Jorvin will heal himself in second wind as he still cannot get closer. And
Make your
we'll-
save, Jorvin, you piece of crap.
We'll see if he's still afraid. He is still afraid. Man, these dice are garbage.
Damn it, Jorvin.
Come here.
Maybe you should use those ones for the dragon.
Scooch, it is your turn.
Okay. Bonus action, drink a dang potion.
Ding dong
That
potion.
is 2d4 plus 2. So here's my 2d4. It's not bad. So 8 total. And then I guess I'll cast Frostbite, which is a con save, which means that it has disadvantage.
Hey.
Is Hex concentration?
That is going to be an 11.
You need to make a concentration shave there, Meg.
Yes, she does.
Um,
She only needs to roll 11 or better.
What? How do we do that? Where?
D20, but what? Constitution?
Yeah, it's a constitution. It's basically a con save, and
Yeah.
your total needs to be an 11 or better.
15.
You're still concentrating.
Well, do your damage
So-
then.
it did 11 cold damage.
Yep.
And then if she didn't already, she will have disadvantage on her claw and bite attack.
Okay.
Nice.
Anything else?
I did my bonus action. I did my action. I do want to try and move. Let's see, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I think I want to communicate with Fiona,
Ed.
as I run over here, I'm so sorry, Fiona. She's gonna run in and give Anastasia the help action so that she can have continued advantage if she needs it.
Okay. Quick question that I don't want anyone to think is malicious in any way. Anaya, Anastasia, are either of you looking rough? Like less than half HP?
Naya or Anastasia?
3 out of 45, so not just barely.
I'm at 53 out of 64.
Okay.
So one of them, yes.
Yeah.
The other one's just like, I got some fire to the face, but I'm fine.
Oh my god.
Okay. So before we come back to Jane's turn,
Oh, I need to make a save.
you do.
Wait, did I make that one, Dave? No.
Make yours as well.
Meg.
16?
Nope, you were still right.
Uh,
So before we come back to Jane's turn, all of a sudden, in the room, the center of the room, suddenly, right above the dragon's head, a flash of brilliant, bright sunlight appears and fills
Torm.
the whole room. She kind of rears back from it, very much not enjoying that experience.
Whomst?
Who the fuck are you?
The dragon did.
Bottomless is homeboy.
No, but who causes the light?
The dragon, the actual dragon.
The real dragon.
And it stays there. There's basically like a mini sun in the middle of the room, above her head.
Is it a 40k plasma weapon? Are we in the wrong game? She's dead as fuck.
At
Fire
which point,
resistance,
It's a
fire
Pokemon. She's actually charging her Pokemon Hyper Beam, so we're in trouble. Yeah, we have help. Look at the
Okay.
bottom.
Oh,
Figure comes running into the room.
It's the
He's
Archmage.
wearing very nice plate mail.
Oh, it's not the
He's wielding a two-handed sword.
Shit!
Is it?
Do I recognize this person?
You do.
Yes, I knew it!
Your boy!
Save me again! Bartholomew!
Did you see what happened to Anaya? I gotta reread her backstory. Oh, fuck.
And a second figure comes running in after him. A female elf. She runs in, looks around, and will come over to Anaya. And Anaya, you can regain 16 hit points.
Oh, good
Oh,
lord. We have a chance, guys. Bartholomew is here.
I think we got more than a chance.
Oh,
That
man.
guy- That guy's a living legend. I think we're okay.
What does he look like? What does he look like?
So he's tall, rather plain features, a brown hair that seems to be just beginning to kind of gray above the temples. As I said, he's wearing very nice armor. He's got a two-handed sword. It appears to be glowing.
He got that light of Torm.
I gotta make mine glow.
One calls the shiny. Actually, people
But
do now.
that is Jane's turn.
So, you said it was dim in the room. Oh, it's not now.
Oh, it is not. It is
Bartholomew
right,
just
right fucking there now.
absolutely destroyed me. Okay, fine. I don't think I get to do any of that. So, I was going to say, if I shadow stepped onto the dragon's head, would you give me advantage if I could plunge my sword into like its neck and like basically hold onto it and try and drag my blade through it? But there's no shadows anymore, so I'm extremely not in my element. So I'm just going to go here, and then I'm going to say, "You are fearsome. beast. However, I am unafraid, and I'm going to do like the standard ninja cool swipe attack at her legs now, going for the hamstrings. I get advantage, right, because of Tomless.
Yep.
Alright, that's a crit. So,
Thomas
for
and
28.
Good.
Yeah, that's 28. And it's double the dice, right?
Yep.
On all of the dice, so 2d8
Yep.
as well. Okay.
Yep. Keep the necrotic separate.
Okay, so that is. I add 5 once, right?
Yeah, that doesn't get
Okay.
double.
Yeah, okay, good. So that is 16 slashing,
Okay.
and 4 and 3, that's 7 necrotic.
Okay.
And after doing it once, you draw the sword and do it again, cutting across. And that one is 24.
Got it.
And that will be 14 slashing.
Okay.
And then we stick the blade, we bring the blade up again through her. That's number 3. This will be flurry of blows, by the way, just in case you.
So you're doing
So, okay, 1, 2, and then it's a.
key field strike.
Yeah, let's do a key fuel strike.
Okay. So you should be out of key points now.
No, and also
Or-
no, it doesn't cost me key points to do.
That's why it's called a key field strike. Is
We said earlier, it's one key
I have
per
to-
bonus.
I have to spend a key. I haven't spent a key. I can't key fuel strike. So this would be a. I'm going to spend a key. I'm going to spend a key to flurry of blows. This is unarmed. It also crit for 27 to hit.
okay.
So that's 2d6 plus 5. Or 4. That's all right. 2d6 plus 4. Yeah. That is 10 bludgeoning.
Okay.
And then the last one misses.
Okay.
And that is my turn. Yeah, that's action, bonus action, and I'm not moving.
All right. He is going to attack Jane because those hurt. But she is not enjoying that bright light. So that'll be a 16 to hit.
Remember, her first attack has disadvantage. If you didn't already roll it with disadvantage.
I did roll a disadvantage because, unfortunately for her, and unfortunately you didn't know it at the time, but now with that sunlight, she always has disadvantage.
I mean, I still would have done it because it does
Yeah.
damage to her. But
Yeah. Well, you didn't know that was going to happen.
shadowy ass bitch.
That will be a 14 to hit.
Yeah.
And the final attack on Jane will be a 13 to hit.
No.
that's just so.
But super special thing.
No.
No
No
not
more
really that
super special.
great. Yeah, you know what, we're gonna do it anyways, even though it's gonna have almost no impact whatsoever. So, she inhales and breathes out her breath again, but this time in a narrow line that goes much farther. The line is going to make Bartholomew, Jorvin, the elf that you don't know, and that's it. Make saving throws.
Rip.
Yay, NPCs!
Good luck, NPCs. Bartholomew dies here. What is Thomas gonna do?
Absolutely devastated.
Real
Watch his hero die.
resentment.
Yeah, you get to watch
Just
your
take
hero.
that fire away from you. I think everyone. Yeah, everyone passes. So half damage. Woohoo.
Nice.
Yay.
So everyone takes 18 fire damage. Woot woot.
Could be worse.
Could be a hell of a
Well,
lot
considering that
worse.
was half, it definitely could be much worse.
Riveting moment of combat. The NPCs getting jacked up. That brings us to Tywin, who is still chilling on the outside. He's run out of spells to cast. We're gonna cast.
Figure it out, buddy.
You know what? Fuck it. The old 4th level magic missile. Just bring it down the line.
Hey, magic missile's not a bad spell. It hits things.
It guarantees to hit things.
Yeah, I know, it's quite nice for that.
Does another 15 force damage.
Fish did the
Like
same
this.
amount of damage with that 4th level as he did his 5th level? Baby, what is you doing?
That brings us to Anaya.
Motherfucking Eldritch Blast this bitch.
You are at straight roll.
22 hit.
Yes.
Thank God.
And you gotta
Is
roll
that
a
all?
second time because you have more. Yeah.
A 24.
Also will hit.
Okay, so 2d10 and then 2 hexes as well, right?
Yes.
6, 9. Well, 5 and 2.
Nice.
6, 9, 8.
You
Math, 6 times 5, 4. 22 damage.
Okay. Okay. Next up is I committed a horrible technical mistake, and I hate
Wisdom
this.
saving throw.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I believe next up is the king and Fianna, who will continue to cower.
Mood.
Maybe they're gonna stay there.
And Fiona casts Power Word Kill, and the dragon falls dead.
They're not afraid anymore.
Liddy.
Great.
I mean,
Don't-
that doesn't
Neither of
keep
them
hiding.
should come. Neither of them should
Yeah.
come in here, but great.
Now Fianna just books it into the room.
I've got this little tiny dagger, just like.
All of us just looking at her like, what are you doing?
No!
But that will make it Tomolus's turn.
He will take his blade back and run 2 fingers over it and say, "Oh wait, what is the freaking word? I just ruined it."
Efficiency.
Something.
No, sadly no.
Alright.
He will run his fingers across the blade and say, "Anor," and his blade will begin to glow, and then he will once again just go in and swing at this thing.
So you're telling me Tomless is inting again?
Well, Tomless always ints. In fact, I'm going to int so hard that this dice in particular is Great Weapon Master.
I hate it.
Even though you know the number, I respect it.
Well, it's, I just dropped a dice, so I gotta go find it. Hold on. It's part of my brand, Gotta stay on brand. Alright, so the one that is, inted away is a 16.
That will not hit.
Then we got a 19
That will hit.
and, a 10.
That will not hit.
Oh, I have advantage. Sadly, the same one that hit before hits again. So, I have 1 hit.
Okay.
I will throw my divine smite into this thing to try and impress my hero,
Okay.
and go for big damages. Hopefully.
All right.
So that is 10, 17, 26 points of damage.
Okay. You watch as Thomas winds up, brings out his sword, slams into it. Divine energy flashes out, and the dragon roars in anguish, thrashes back, kind of reaches out with a claw, just barely missing him, before slumping to the ground.
Oh! I'm the real Dragon Slayer, Jane. Suck it.
The real Dragon Slayer, please stand up.
Jane stands up.
Oh my goodness, I don't even know what to say to this guy. I didn't think I was gonna run into him right now. I haven't planned anything.
New
Screech
league
just sighs
name.
a huge sigh of relief and then like just plops down on the ground and leans against the wall.
Tomos definitely just yells out and just like glows a bit.
Tywin is kind of hiding behind the statue, breathing heavily, as he is still frightened.
How large is this creature that's laying on the floor?
Super big. She's pretty big.
Yeah.
I was gonna say
Big girl.
I want to behead it, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to do that and carry the head around. So what I'm gonna do,
Her ex-husband is in here, so I feel like that's probably a bad idea in general.
what I am gonna do is,
Let's
as a
just do
monk who
fucking
collects
dragon.
arcane artifacts, is I'm gonna pull a claw, if that's okay.
Okay. While this is happening, Jordan kind of slowly walks towards her with like a mixture of shock and remorse, and looks just devastated at what has happened.
I won't. Oh no, actually, I've got a better idea. Rather than taking a trophy, I've just thought. I know I've kind of been talking away from him recently, but I get out a holy symbol that is a triangle with a skull in it.
I am not crafting you a new one.
And yeah, no, it's fine. It's a holy symbol of Merkul, the god of the dead, and because he looks so bereft and is, to all intents and purposes, a hero, I will say to him, it might not be much, but if you would like me to recite the rites of the fallen, I would.
Jordan kind of looks at you, not comprehending at first, and goes, "Yes, regardless what she has done, she deserves that."
Okay, I'll place the holy symbol on her head, like close her eyes if they're not closed, and then I'm gonna have him do what I would do, so I don't know how he prays, but I'm gonna like show him to like stand like in like basically like with the kung fu like bowed stance, and in Abyssal, which is our temple's one of our temple's spoken languages, I will basically speak a prayer wishing her soul safe passage to the life beyond and into the arms of the god of the dead.
Okay. Meanwhile, the elf who healed you, Anaya, will ask, "Are you all right?"
I'm fine, thank you. And Anaya's gonna kind of step backwards and. How did Arl fare? Wait, what happened to Arl during all of that?
He's okay.
That was my worry. I was like, shit, I didn't shield her. She's in here. Okay,
Sister, and I'll just point, and I'll point.
So he will put his sword away, and he will walk over to you and kind of give you a pat on the back and go, "Well fought, well done." I worried when I heard that people had walked in here. I worried that perhaps we would arrive too late, but it seems we might not have even been needed. You are quite the capable troop. But what
You've seen a grown man just pass out?
But what brings you here?
Well, back in Boldea, the king of and the princess is over there, and we were supposed to talk to that king, and it's an honor to meet you
Again.
again. Yes, again.
He kind of looks at you sidelong and is like, I see. Well, excellent.
Thomas is about to start fucking crying. I can feel it.
Well, sir, well, you may not remember this, but quite a while ago, in a small swamp village in the Forest of No Return, well, you saved me and my sister's life, and I'll point at her.
Anaya's going to like barely make eye contact. You know, she looks a little like uncomfortable, basically.
He stops and was like, oh, yes, I think I do recall. Yes, well, you have obviously done quite well for yourself since.
The glow just keeps kind of brightening.
Oh my God.
Almost seems a little brighter than the sun above me at the moment. Sister, come over, come quick! It's him! It's Bartholomew!
I see him, brother. Thank you.
But he's the one. He's who saved us.
Because, but I presume since you were here doing battle with this corrupted beast, that you are already aware of the taint that seems to grip this kingdom.
No, we were just learning of the taint that grips this kingdom.
Thomas would like to get more familiar with your taint, so
No. No. We are actually 12.
It's true.
yeah.
No.
It's like I see. So you have brought the princess here and rescued the king and done battle with the dragon with no knowledge of what is happening?
Do I hear any of this?
I mean, yeah, you're right nearby. You're currently doing a rite, though.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I just want to, I'm gonna like half pay attention, but in fact, no. I'm gonna do this man the honor of not paying attention at all. I'm gonna focus entirely on this.
Well, as far as I'm aware, we know of the what was that thing called? The Heart of the Void, the Void thing, the Void Heart,
Glacial Heart.
Glacial Heart. And how it is corrupting this land, and but we're just starting to learn of everything that's going on here.
He nods, and so you know what the possible source is. At which point the elf who came in with him goes, did you say Glacial Heart?
Yeah, yes, indeed.
That is not good. Is it still here?
Sadly, no. It seems it has been moved. Well, Mr. Sushan told us it was recently moved, but he doesn't know to where.
I see. Well, there's no point in chasing leads with nothing to follow, but it is definitely imperative that if that has been found, that it does not remain within their hands. He kind of, Bartholomew gives her a questioning look, but then goes, well, that's what she says, then it is indeed of the utmost importance.
So who is the elf woman?
He goes, oh, apologies. not one for introductions amidst conflict. My manners. This is Illyria.
Well, Mrs. Illyria, my name is Tomalus Sylphine I. I am a paladin of Torm, very similar to Bartholomew here, but not nearly quite as capable. But some call me the Shining.
That's an interesting moniker.
Pleasure to meet you. This is Anaya.
I'm surprised there was no Anastasia to chime in. No one calls you that.
Well, this is
She's busy
Anaya
being
Sylphine.
exhausted.
My sister, the other person that Bartholomew saved back in the swamp village. What are you both doing here exactly?
We received words that there was a corruption in Moss, and we've been attempting to root it out. We encountered some cultists among the soldiers in Salt, and after taking action there, we learned that it extended higher through the ranks, and so have been slowly making our way here. We encountered some resistance in the city, but we're attempting to get to the root of it, and all signs seemed to point towards this beast, but it seems that maybe our information was not correct, based on what you have now told us.
So it seems that the commotion happening inside of the city was caused by you two, it seems.
Yes, you heard of that. Well, I hope we didn't get in your way.
Well, no, it was actually this was on our first on our to-do list, and second on our to-do list was the commotion. But it seems both have been solved all at once, which is quite nice.
However, I don't think that the matter will be resolved, because if this goes as high as you say, have all of the important parties been taken care of or accounted for?
No.
As far as we know, the one who brought the glacial heart into Moss is dead, and this seemed to be the second in command, maybe first in command. I wasn't entirely sure of the whole who was higher than who, or who led the other one, but these were the ones that seemed to be leading the charge of corruption in Moss, at least.
I see, and so are there any other power players that we need be concerned about?
I want to talk so much, but I am.
How long is your ritual?
Oh, it wouldn't be too long. I'm doing it more to commend the soul of a fallen and brave.
I would say you could have wrapped up by about now.
Yeah, somebody help me, I'm floundering.
Which
Hey
point?
man, this is your moment. Like,
I'm flustered, I don't even know what to say.
And I didn't get saved by this dude. And I didn't even know if this dude knew what was going on.
I'm gonna pay attention from the moment he says additional power players. That's gonna prick me up. I'm gonna grab one of my daggers and I charge it with shadow energy, hand it to the knight guy whose name I've forgotten.
Bartholomew?
Not Bartholomew.
Jorvin.
The guy Jorvin, and I'll instruct him that he simply needs, in order to honor his fallen foe, simply needs to basically place the dagger gently into the skull, and I'll leave him to it. That seals that, and he has commended the soul to the afterlife, the realm of death. And then I walk up hearing this. Don't introduce myself. No, I will. I'll say, Order of the Ebon Shroud here. Hello. I believe you're important to my friend. That means you're probably extremely capable. We don't know the full extent of the corruption. However, I do know that the Mage School has at least 2 high-ranking corrupt people that need to be purged. Their names are, and I wrote this down, Slade Gimbro
There we go.
and Bluegrass Callum. I intend to remove them from this plane of existence. You can join me if you want.
He says, I believe purging might be a strong approach to take. While I would like to see the kingdom return to its state, such prominent figures might be able to be saved, as you have clearly saved some others.
Oh,
Yes.
I'm the wrong person to look at for saving. That's him. He's the saver. I'm the remover.
It does seem that some people are on some kind of mind control, wiping spell of some sort or magic. I did do some restoration magic on one of them to clear the mind failing, and my sister helped the king come to his senses. So it seems that not everyone is on their side, but might be being under control. But usually the people that are under the control of the magic have some kind of fogginess to them, not quite themselves. So if you see someone acting of their own volition, it might be something different.
Let's see. Well, as things are starting to build to unrest within the city, perhaps it'd be best if we got the princess and his majesty to a safer location.
Great idea.
Because I would like to further investigate this, but perhaps Illyria could escort them to safety, if,
Oh, I need to write down her name.
as her current wards, if we have your permission, unless you would like to escort her to safety yourselves.
What was her name again? Sorry, I need to write that down.
Illyria?
Illyria? Well, I do not wish to leave the side of the princess if I can. I was charged by the King of Boldea to keep track of her and to keep her safe.
See, a man of his word. I can respect that. So then, do you wish to depart the city then yourself? Or could I feel that this may become increasingly unsafe for both of them?
Well, as long as I can see her back safely to Boldea, I guess my job would be finished then, and I can continue to help purge Moss of whatever darkness has befallen it.
Right, understood. So, what's your plan for here, guys?
Looks
While
like
that was
Dominus
going
is
on,
about to-
I did want to be talking to the princess and the king.
Okay. What did you want to say?
Mostly just wanted to check on them. So while Tomlitz was having his fanboy session,
Mhm.
Scooch and Anastasia slip into the little entrance foyer chamber thing.
Okay.
Your Highnesses, are you all right?
Yes, that was. Striana goes. That was more than I was expecting to see. I've never seen a dragon before, and definitely never expected to have one try to kill me. But
Well,
I go ahead.
I do appreciate what you did to protect us, and that you were victorious.
I can say that even having faced a dragon before, it was quite frightening. I am proud that the two of you didn't just bolt straight out of the building. I might have done the same thing myself if it wasn't my responsibility to protect you. But it is safe now. But honestly, not thanks to me. I mostly hid in the corner. But it seems that Tomulus and Sir Bartholomew are capable warriors indeed. You're not hurt or anything, right?
No, I'm not. And King Jester goes, I am not either. It is a very sad loss for land to lose Macathide, but I guess it was for the best if she had become a vessel for some evil.
Well, call it denial, but I am still holding out hope that this was not the real Lady McCall, and that this is some sort of imposter, but the farther we get, the more it seems like that is not the case, though there are still many questions that I have if a faithful dragon, Tomas, suddenly turns on its own kingdom.
Like, she wasn't a shadow dragon the whole time you knew her, probably.
Well, and that's what I'm saying is, what caused this change?
And he said that she was acting normal for the first 2 days of their journey, and then he didn't remember anything after that. So something has to have happened on their way home, right?
So wait. Quick question. Sorry, I'm still getting all of these artifacts confused. There's a bunch of freaking bad artifacts. The glacial part, and then there was that thing that we found the documentation of. Remember that Anaya read that the dwarves had that turned them all evil? Like, it did something to them. So if you're in the presence of it long enough, I don't think it acts right away, but I think that over time it, like, influences you, and I can't really remember.
Is that black diamond that you keep talking about? Because that's not the glacial one. There is a
Yeah,
black
it
diamond.
might be the black. Yeah, so then if that's the black diamond, then that might be what's
There's
influencing.
a black diamond and the glacial heart. They are both, annoyingly, they are both really dark, ooh, spooky things, but they are not the same thing. A black diamond and the glacial heart.
Also, there's
Yeah.
the third black diamond that Anaya has, I believe, correct? That
We
we
don't
found?
like to talk about that around
We
here.
didn't find that one. That one she's always had.
Oh, I thought you found another one that you've been holding on to.
Nope,
No.
she's had one. She was
Okay,
Okay,
never mind. Never
She's
mind.
got
Had one
that,
for
she's
a
got that
long
Colin
time.
because she's a warlock.
Oh, what?
No.
But don't tell you.
Oh,
Don't tell you. You don't know.
Cleric.
Don't hide.
Cleric. I'm looking for the thing, but I don't know where it is. Dwarf journal.
Yeah, I was just reading through it and I just skimmed it, but I didn't see if there was a name to it. It was hard to skim because the font is pretty tough to read without looking closely at it, but
Won't let go of that stone. Seems staring the dark facets. General's demeanor shifted, always severe and strict, but as the days pass, his methods seem almost cruel and malicious. Yeah, it looks like it turns people. Bad.
Ew.
Oh, Stone Soul. Wait, no. Mr. Holland, Stone Soul line waste. So that Stone Soul was the name of the line that was wasting away on some dark magic. General was found dead. Stabbed repeatedly.
Fiona adds, going, but I believe that as His Majesty is himself again, I realize things here seem to have fallen apart, but perhaps our diplomatic mission is then a success of sorts?
But I
Well,
guess
it
that
turned less into a diplomatic mission and more into aggressive negotiations.
it turned into from us coming to Moss for saving to now we're saving Moss, and I think that they owe us. I think that that's how this works.
So how this works.
It's as if you are asking for our aid, then as soon as I have wrested back control of the kingdom and assured there is no more of these questionable members amongst our number, I will be glad to lend my aid to yours.
Excellent. Well, it is safe inside the chamber now, and dare I say, it might be safer inside the chamber with all of these legendary warriors than it would be outside the chamber, closer to the rest of the world. So why don't we step inside and see if we can't make a plan to move forward.
They willingly come in, though they still keep. Well, Jester comes in and is himself. Bionic keeps a wide berth of the still dead dragon.
And I think Scooch would like pause right before they enter the room and just be like,
Brace yourselves, it is a gruesome sight. You may want to look away.
All right. Anything else, folks?
Is there? We're not gonna get any loot from this dragon, are we? Do dragons usually have loot?
Well, yes, but this is also somebody's wife.
like, I think Jorvin just has first dibs on anything she had.
Yeah, like it's his estate still. So I mean, like I don't think we just
Does
rob her.
Anaya care?
I also just laid her to rest in front of a powerful hero who was.
But does Anaya
You don't care
care?
when you've got a sword through your skull. which
But
is
was
super
Jorvin
likely
fucking the
thing to
dragon?
do.
You,
Yes.
you
Did
are
you see her
also aware.
uniform?
You are also aware that there is a treasury where the black diamond is supposed to be. You are aware of that
A
information.
vault.
A vault.
The vault,
I'm
yeah.
not saying we should steal from the Kingdom of Moss.
We might just be able.
But-
We've done quite a bit for the kingdom. We might be able to ask for whatever we want. Probably like a, and it's an option.
I would like a little bit of chili cheese for my effort.
Dude, chili cheese for
So,
Those do sound good right now.
Sound really
I was-
good.
I was
Alright,
just
after this, we're all going for
What's the
chili
plan,
cheese fries.
what's the plan, folks?
I think we should go to the vault.
Well, first things first, I believe we should get Princess home now that our mission is complete. No?
Well, yes, but that can't be the first
But
thing.
that's in
we
the
do.
opposite direction of the
Yeah,
vault.
that's in the wrong direction.
That's
Well,
like
we
in a
will have
whole
to
other
come back.
town.
We will have to come back to free Moss of the corruption, but the princess's safety
We're
is
not-
of the utmost importance.
There's
The king's got his
teleportation
kingdom on
circle.
lock.
There's like a teleportation circle we can send her through back in the town that we came here from, right? Like we can
Well,
just
let-
yeet her right back to Baldea.
Let me ask you, King Jester. Do you think our assistance is still required in the kingdom?
Well, your assistance thus far has been very useful. If you would lend your aid, we would not turn it away.
I am staying in Moss until this cult has been rooted and destroyed.
Is there any way to teleport the princess from here?
As well, I would normally say we could consult Sirs Callum or Gimro, but that seems ill-advised at this time.
Can we not have the headmaster who we trust do it in private, in secret? I happen to be rather adept at getting people into places they shouldn't be.
When he arrives, he would be able to do so, but I don't believe he will be able to come any sooner than tomorrow.
That's time enough. We're all in need of rest.
We're all a
anyways.
little bit fucked up. To speak bluntly.
I believe this is the most defensible position we could possibly be in if we responsibly divvy up our guard rotations on the door. We have in here an entire army of heroes to defend a doorway. I believe if 300 Spartans can... no, sorry, wait. Wrong universe. I firmly believe that this would be the best place we could think of to formulate a strategy. Obviously, there's the corpse of a dragon there, which is perhaps not the most luxurious bed companion. However, no offense, dragon fucker. But
No offense, dragon
I'm
fucker.
joking. I don't say that. I do not say that.
You should absolutely say that.
You definitely
I-
shouldn't say that.
No, I refused to say that. I literally just said, don't steal from him. He'll kill you. I'm not about to go, hey, dragon fucker, hey,
I mean, however useless he was during that fight, I still think he's quite capable.
Oh, he's gonna absolutely fucking ruin any of us instantly, so I'm not messing with him. He's a Dragon Rider. I mean, no, obviously, it's not ideal, but I think staying here, taking stock, and then making a plan. I fully intend, and this is my mission statement, to uphold the teachings I am putting together. And I get my book out and like hold it and say, I have a personal reason for wanting to root this cult out, and I swear it shall be done by my hand or my companions as well, if you're joining me. But I'm not leaving this city till they are slain.
Or an order of the Mage Slayers.
Oh yeah.
Well, I don't disagree with Sir Jane, and saying that we could stay here for the night to wait for the headmaster to teleport the princess home seems the best course of action, unless someone else has a better idea.
Nope. Coming up with ideas was more a Scooch's thing growing up.
Well,
You
Scooch.
always have ideas.
I got nothing.
Well, the only thing wait, can you say the plan again to make sure that I'm not about to say something you just said?
Meta, I'll just not character it. So my idea is that we guard the door because there is only one doorway in. So it's this really defensible position. We rotate the guard properly so we all get to sleep, and we just spend the night here taking stock. We get all our stuff back that we need, and then we can execute our plans. Because we need the Archmage to get here so we can teleport the king and the princess to where they need to be. So,
Maybe just the princess.
Okay.
The
just
plan was
princess,
just for tonight. Is okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
just enough.
Then I'm good because I was talking about like bigger plan things. We can figure that out in a moment.
So bigger plan is I'm going to kill me two mages, but the smaller plan is I'm not going to kill me no mages tonight because they're all nice people.
Right. Well, and the place where I got confused was in sending the king and Fiona home because I was like, oh no, we have to go to what's that place? Lafleur, Valleyfleur. But no, because the mages are
we have to go to.
what?
Yeah, we were literally being sent all over the place. Like, don't they have other people for this?
We have touched every country in this continent. Just for the record. We didn't go to
Not yet.
Canaan. We
You
didn't
have
go
not
to
been
Canaan.
to Khan.
Whatever this upper left
or
area is.
Marmo. You have not been to Marmo either.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't count Marmo. That's the evil people.
I'm going to choose to take that extremely personally.
Also, we haven't really been in Garadel. Like, we kind of been in it, but not really.
Meanwhile, Anaya just wants to go to Novice.
Yep. And she'll
Yeah.
never get there.
Guys, I'm just going to go do
He
some
wants to go to
evil
Novice.
shit. Evil novels, fuck.
Anyway, after we barricade in here for the night, we send the princess and the king home. Is our first move to go to the vault, or is our first move to just like start hunting cultists and killing them?
Are we out of character or in character?
I'm kind of out of character because talking in character, I got confused. So
Oh, that's
Okay, so
right.
out of character for a moment, it seems
The
like
fucking voices make
plan
everything
is-
confused.
the person comes, we teleport the people we're supposed to be protecting out of here, we then finish cleaning up Moss, and then probably go to the king with whatever requests we have for payment, I guess.
Yeah.
Thomas isn't going to ask for payment, but
Whatever fucking sort of vault for
Out of
payment.
character, I think that's sensible. In character, given that there is mages to an order that I have an extremely personal vendetta against, and am now starting to think probably have a hand in killing my wife, that I'm staying until I've destroyed every single person that swears allegiance to this, and I'll do it alone if I have to.
Nah, you're not doing
I
alone.
mean, I'm
just
fine
got
staying and
Rambo.
rooting out the cultists as long as the princess gets home. Like,
She is everyone else's first priority, and Sam's first priority is to get her home. Jane, she's like number 2.
And for the record, Tywin does inform you that with the rest, he can send Fiona home.
Oh,
Well, I mean, that makes it
Okay.
even more streamlined. So let's
Yep.
not involve the headmaster, because that way we don't give away any kind of obfuscation of our location, which is probably blown at this point. In fact, so convinced am I that we could be followed that I will hide outside when we rest for my guard duty and keep like very watchful eye. I'm gonna like really hide.
can you put another one? Like, this door might be quite large, but is there any way you could put an arcane lock on it as well?
Is there rules on that? Because I can.
Well, if you're going to charge
Okay.
for an arcane lock,
I've
it's still a
got a
door.
charge. I've got a charge. Okay,
But so you guys are basically bedding down and barricading this building. Okay. Jordan will depart, saying that he is going to go see what he can do to rally those loyal to try and make steps to root out those loyal to the cult versus Moss.
just before he leaves, can I
Good man.
grab him just as he leaves the door and just like quickly just grab him like not super friendly but just like put an arm on his shoulder and just like lean in and say quickly, sir, I know it's a redundant question, but are you okay? Can you perform your duties, or do you need a moment?
He says, "I must perform my duties because I need to make amends for anything that I was in part of that has led it to this state."
You're an honourable man, and I respect that. And I'll hold out my hand as like a arm shake.
Okay. He takes it.
Okay.
I'll also walk up at this moment and be like, please forgive me for causing harm to someone I think you might have held very dear.
Well, if what occurred is what I believe, then as much as it is hard to swallow, they were no longer the person that I once knew.
Yes, I can't imagine having someone you love fall into darkness like this. And I will also give him a handshake.
Shit.
Everyone could see that happening.
That was so good. That was so good. Can I just quickly just give that a little like chef kiss? Chef kiss. Oh, someone
Almost
said
that-
that, and inside me, my role player just went, finally, some fucking good food.
Kamala said that, and the other four of us, the other four members of the party who know Anaya's a warlock, went.
So Bartholomew and Illyria will also inform you that they're going to depart and not bed down with you.
You don't want to spend the
Continue
night
their
with the
efforts across the
dragon?
city.
I will walk up to Bartholomew now and be like, it was a pleasure to do battle and well, just to meet you again. Torm's light guide you,
Just-
and I'll come for a handshake.
Just kissy water.
He takes your arm and goes and forms light with you. I hope that your noble spirit is able to continue to shine a bright light for your friends and for your lands.
Tomless then shines as bright as it's ever been. It's just daylight in this room, all exuding from Tomless. Also hear a small tink on the end of his armor.
Oh no.
Thomas
like-
needs to roll a sleight of hand with disadvantage for concealing a boner.
Boner check.
So
I
they will also
don't
depart.
Don't know.
So,
I've
as
realized
soon as
that
they
basically.
leave, I just want to be like,
Am I the only one? So, like, did that guy look kind of like Tomless?
You think he looks like me?
Oh no.
No.
Don't think you knew.
Also, did you see? That was the guy. Did you guys see? That was him. And then like, sorry, continue.
It was who? Who was that?
That was Bartholomew Alexander. He's like my hero, like the coolest guy on the planet, probably.
Have you explained what he means to you?
Well, I mean, you guys know the story of how we were fought by a giant tentacle monster, and then we were saved by a shining beacon of light and a hero. That's the beacon. That's the hero.
Probably
That's him.
don't. brother, they don't know that story.
No. You might have explained it when we were in the forest.
When we
But
were
I-
going to the forest, I did tell everyone the story.
I need you to understand, Tumulus, that I wasn't listening.
I was
Okay, well,
I was a bit
You
busy
can tell it
to
again.
spot something to point out for I Spy. You know,
can
our
tell it again, and
traveling
I'll
game.
listen. In fact, you know what? You and I are going to take the first watch, and you can tell me the story.
well, if nobody listened, I'll tell it again to everyone. Anyway, so, and I'm gonna, with everyone listening, even the king and the princess, I'll tell them the story of the monster that came in, the shining light of beacon that saved our life. He was such a cool hero. He killed it in one hit. He's super awesome. He's definitely like kind of a hero to me. And then I'll begin saying things like, and he called me a good fighter. And then like keep talking about the story. And he's like, and he said I did good in battle. And
Did you just roll a wisdom save stack? No. Okay.
No, that was a while ago.
I know it just popped up at the top of my screen like as he's saying all that though, and I'm like, damn.
I take psychic damage from Tomulus's story.
you all permanently lose 1 point of intelligence. Sorry for that.
All right, so you're all going to basically bed down in this
With
this
this dead
large
dragon.
chamber.
Yes, with
Yeah,
the
This
dead
dead
dragon.
dragon.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Then you guys will take your rest, and that's where we'll stop here for the evening.
Oh.
Do we get the benefits of a long rest?
You may have the benefits of a long rest.
Yeah.
All my I used all of my spells that time. They were all gone. I used everything except for I had a new little face step, but because I get that back on a short rest. But I used everything else.
I
Well,
dumped my entire kit into the...
I know we
but
just
no.
leveled up. We level up again.
Everyone out there, thank you for joining us, and thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed yourselves. We have Dresden tomorrow, right? This one does have Dresden tomorrow? Yep. And then we'll have our regular Friday, Saturday games next week. And I think we're currently looking at doing some like WWE thing on Sunday next week.
I'm
Wait,
gonna
is
hype
that-
it a little bit. I'm gonna hype it a little bit if you want. So there's a game out there called Championship Wrestling that it's really cheap as well. I saw it. I'm gonna go buy it. I'm gonna GM it. Basically, what we're gonna do is it's just gonna be a one shot for now. But if it goes really well, maybe we can do something with it. We're going to do a whole episode of Sunday Night Gasoline Wrestling. We're going to have a bunch of guys in here. They're going to be wrestlers. We're going to put it on. We're going to have some matches. We're going to have some promos. It's going to be a good time. Someone might die. It'll be really fun. We're going to do it because, oh yeah, brother, you want a shot at this? You want a shot at these? You can stand up to these 24-inch pythons, brother. Ooh. It's going to be great. Also, sub.
You don't need to know about your sexual preference, Sam. But with that, thank you everyone out there. Hope to see you again. Please check out one of our other sessions,
creator.
events, don't know what to call it, or also check out 31 Gallium. So, thank you. Have a good night, and see you next time.
Kids.